Heidler. What is awful. Just absolutely awful.
I don't see you coming up with any clever word plays.
Well, I'm not going to, that's why.
What?
Because you're a coward.
I'm a cow.
Coward.
RileyFace.png.
Shit.
Have the file name. Like, don't even have the image. Have, like, the...
Yeah, just the file. Just
Yeah, the file. Like a screenshot of the file. It says RileyFace.png.
That's good, we got this. Can I flip this? Can I transform this and flip it? I can, so it'll look like Riley's looking at me. Anyway,
It's
we're
good,
live.
actually. It's good.
We're live, ladies and gentlemen.
Perfect.
The podcast that we haven't done since May.
Honestly, forgot this thing existed.
Welcome to the TBD show.
Talk show's topic.
Yeah, talk show's topic. Welcome to the TBD show. You're gonna have a hard time seeing my face anyway with this beautiful thing that we have going on our overlays here. I could probably fix that by moving my webcam though. Anyway, I'm your host Cam. It's been how many months has it been?
I think we started this at the beginning of the year, and then we just kind of dropped it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's been 8 months since we.
So yeah, the beginning of the year.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It was May. It was when we came back from Anime North. That was the last time we did a show.
Jeez.
That's fine though. Yeah, welcome to our end of the year show. We're going to talk about video games and whatnot. None of the usuals are here. Aside from
Can we change this overlay, please?
aside from Riley. Riley's kind of the.
I'm kind of the unofficial fourth.
Yeah, you're a regular now, kind of. You fill in for Ethan enough that you're a regular.
Yeah, and Gordon just kind of off in his own little territory now. So.
Anyway, we got Riley. He's here. His webcam
What's
doesn't
up?
agree with his internet.
Webcam does not work, so.
So we got that sweet picture of him. Underneath me, we have Austin, who's been here before.
Yeah, I was here for the Anime North show, and then that was it.
That's right.
Yeah. And we have our friend Rav.
Hello.
Hello.
Represent the international.
Yeah, he's our international. He's a call-in viewer. We felt bad for him, so we let him call in.
Yeah. I dialed in.
I like to phone a friend.
What's it like not being part of Europe anymore, Rav?
Oh yeah, we actually we took a bandsaw to.
Yeah, it's like Looney Tunes when fucking
Yeah, exactly.
Bugs cuts off Florida.
Slowly drifting off into the sea.
Soon you'll be part of Canada, all according to plan.
But that's right. He's gonna like hit Quebec, right into Quebec, like Bale.
Just smash into
They're gonna
Quebec
end-
and just say fuck it.
Yeah,
The UK will take place of Quebec.
I like that trade. I'll take that
I
trade.
like that shit
I'll
too, dude.
happily take that
I
trade.
can take Quebec.
Look, I don't live in Canada, and I'll be happy with that trade.
Anyway, so yeah, this is our end of the year show. We're just gonna kind of. Oh, that didn't need to pop up there. We're gonna talk about what we did, but not at all.
I was gonna say we're gonna talk about what we did over the course of this year.
No, not really. Here, I'm gonna get our list going here. I had it up.
Let me rack my memory real
I had
quick.
it
Oh my god.
Gaming is what this text file is called, by the way.
Wow, gaming.png.txt.
We're gamers.
Hey gamers.
Yeah.
Gamers here.
Am I right, my fellow
To
gamers?
open the file, you have to put in the Konami code.
Yeah, true.
Like true gamers will get that one.
Only real gamers will get this meme. Outline. Black outline. Alright. And I'm gonna get rid of our handles down at the bottom just because they're kind of in the way.
Oh my god, I can't read
In
that.
the way.
How dare you?
I apologize. I had this all working. I don't know what happened. I was using the three person thing. That's why.
Unprofessional.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
there we
right.
go.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So far of the list that I can see, I've played 3 of those games.
Nice. So
I'm
gonna get this scrolling, so everybody can just kind of look at it, I guess.
You also want to put that in the chat so I can like look at it without having to like jeopardize my internet.
Yeah.
Riley, you're really pushing it.
Look, this internet cannot take much.
Riley,
Give
you're
me a
living
sec.
dangerously here, friend.
me
I
a
don't
sec.
know.
I'm gonna have to minimize our webcams real quick, and I'll upload it. So just bear
with us.
Bear with us. Technical
It's been
difficulties.
8
Save
months.
bandwidth.
Technical difficulties. Nothing new for this show, to be honest. There we are.
Mm.
That's it.
Perfect.
Oh, they re-released For Honor. I never knew that. Or is that supposed to be For Honor 2?
No, wait, what? For Honor 2? For Honor 1 got released, and then nothing else. It got
Oh,
released.
For Honor. Oh, I thought you meant Dishonored.
Probably came out on the Switch. I don't know.
I don't
It
even
was
remember.
it was a fighting game.
I don't even
It was like a
remember
show
Dishonored. Did Dishonored 2 come out this year or last year?
It came out last year.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah,
I know the DLC came out this year.
Why isn't it
Yes,
on the
the
list?
DLC came out last year. This year.
I didn't include DLC in my
Yeah,
list.
why is it on the list?
Why isn't it on the list? Put it on the list.
Put it on the list. Anyway, so
Oh my god, it's
Yeah. What
Luca.
about Bubsy?
what about Bubsy? I almost included it, and then I was like, maybe not. Maybe
That was.
not.
Well, but hold on. Is Knack 2 on this list?
Knack 2 is
Oh.
on this list.
It's an active better on this list.
What would you rather have, this or Knack 2? Anyway.
Knack 2.
Knack 2, baby. Anyway, let's just dive into this because I'm kind of tired and would like to have this done before midnight. So today's podcast is our when we used to do our old podcasts, we'd do an end of the year show where we do like a mock like game of the year award show. And as fun as that was, it kind of got very samey after we did it like 3 times. So this time we're not really gonna do that, where we'd like make a list and we'd check people off the list until there was like one like unanimous winner for each category we had. But now we're just gonna talk about the games that came out over the course of the year, as well as the movies that came out this year, and then we're just gonna talk about the year as a whole from our own standpoints, and just talk about like how the year was for us, which I know some of us, like in our chat anyway, had not like a super great year, but I think some of us had a pretty decent year.
I had a very good year. So.
Yeah. So let's just get into it. Let's talk about January. So January of this year had 3 really big releases. I included Kingdom Hearts 2.8 just because people wanted more Kingdom Hearts, so they released more Kingdom Hearts. The biggest of January, though, would be Resident Evil 7, which came after pretty disappointing Resident Evil 6 2-3 years ago. And I didn't play it personally. I know my buddy Brad played it, and he said it was like really, really good. It had him on the edge of his seat, and it wasn't so much like scary as it was thrilling. Did any of you guys play it at all?
I've watched a friend play it. I like he seemed to enjoy. I didn't watch like the whole playthrough of his, but like he said it was pretty good. So
Yeah.
I thought, I'm not a big Resident Evil fan.
I like Resident Evil 4. I know they kind of did with zombies after a while ago. It's not really a zombie game anymore. But I heard the VR like version of Resident Evil 7 was like the version you want to play. Because it's
yeah, I saw a lot of playthroughs of that. That one looked like a lot of fun.
yeah.
Yeah, I watched a lot of people playing the VR version.
Yeah.
It looks so fun.
I know like VR is like the next big thing, and so many like games are coming out with like VR versions.
I feel like VR like right now like and like I'm like super excited for VR. Like I'm like kind of convinced now. Like okay, like
in theory,
maybe sooner or later I'll get a VR thing. If it
Yeah,
gets a
in
little
theory,
cheaper.
I like the idea of VR, but like it's in its infancy still, like
Mhm.
pretty much, and it's still pretty expensive. Like you look at an HTC Vive, they're still like $400.
It's like $500.
The Oculus is even more. I think the Oculus is like $700.
Actually, I think the Oculus is only about 300.
is it? Let me check.
Yeah, I checked into it. It's like 300
HTC
now.
Vive.
Yeah,
It's
I
like-
think isn't it for me? I feel like it's still in like a risky kind of stage. Like
Yeah,
you wanna
I don't know,
buy
I-
into it and not get so many games. Like what games are you gonna get? You're gonna get VR chat. Wow, amazing.
Yeah, VR chat.
Greatest game.
Like there's a couple games that like work really well with VR, like Super Hot and like um
Yeah,
movies
yeah,
and stuff.
that's true.
LA Noir.
Like the,
Yeah,
Resident Evil
Alan.
7, Resident Evil 7, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard it's like it works amazingly in VR.
I'll just let them. I'll just let it roll for a little bit until it gets like really popular. And
So
I'm
here's
like,
the
"Alright."
prices. These are in Canadian. So
Oh right, you okay? That's right.
do what you will with your American money. The room scale VR HTC Vive, which includes the more than just the headset. I think it includes like two like speaker things and then the hand controller things. Is $799. And the Oculus Rift is $529.
All right.
And that includes the like controllers as well, I believe.
Was that like two American dimes or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
three American pennies and
I was gonna say because they have pennies, we
and a
don't. That's what
spit in
makes
the
them
wind
so
and
valuable.
a spit in the wind.
I think you can just safely take 150 off of that. And I think that's what you get.
Yeah, probably around there.
American.
Oh yeah, that's true. No pennies in Canada, but you do have toonies.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
are you fans of the TV show Survivor? Does anybody here like the TV show Survivor?
Yeah, no, that show's still going on. Like
My
I
mom
was
was
like,
watching. My mom was watching the season finale yesterday.
Yeah, my parents are like they tuned into it for like a few seconds. Like they are still going with this.
Welcome to the TV
I
show.
mean, it's
Welcome
like
to
a
the
game
Survivor
show.
podcast.
It's a game show, so of course they're gonna.
I
keep
remember
it going.
watching like the first season, like as a child. I'm like,
I used to
Cool.
watch it with like my parents. Like I watched it for a while with my parents, and then I kind of realized how dumb it was.
and I realized it's the same goddamn
Yeah.
thing.
I'd watch whatever would let me stay up later.
Yeah, true. I like The Amazing Race still. That show's alright. Anyway,
Is that like the equivalent of I'm a Celebrity? Do you guys know what I'm a
I have
Celebrity?
no
No.
idea what that is.
I
What the hell is
do.
I thought you were just bragging.
that?
No, it's actually no, okay. So it's this show. So you have like 16, I think less than that actually. People who go into the Australian jungle and they're so-called celebrities.
Oh.
I've literally heard of like probably half of 0.5 of the total cast. But yeah,
I know. So Survivor is it's a bunch of I think it's like 20 bunch of nobodies
I
that
don't
like
know the
that
number.
sign up for the
oh,
show.
so it's just random people.
Yeah, they're just
It's
random.
just random ass people.
But they all have like personality quirks and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
And
Oh,
and
you mean they're human beings?
yeah, they're
Yeah, exactly. But they always find people with really like interesting
weird.
quirks.
um,
I'm a vegetarian.
wow, what a
Well,
quirk!
that's a
dude.
really interesting quirk.
That's very interesting.
You're hired.
What? It's gonna get wacky. Look out, guys.
And they take them to like tropical islands. Well, I don't know what the last one was, but I know they've gone to like Bermuda and like Caribbean islands. They'll just put them out in the middle of the wilderness, and each team like competes in these challenges to like there's always two challenges. There's the first challenge that usually gives the winning group like a benefit for their camp, like food or like a tarp or something. And then the second challenge is always the immunity challenge, where whichever team wins doesn't have to vote somebody out at the end of the
You know,
episode.
my favorite part was always when they like wrote down the names and showed it to the camera. I was like, yes. I was always excited for that part.
And then by the halfway point of the show, the two tribes will be like whittled down to enough people that they'll merge the two groups, and it's just them competing against each other then until there's 3 people left, and then
So
all
it's
the-
basically terrible. Right?
yeah,
Is that what you're trying to say?
It's
the last
bad.
10 episodes, they make a jury of the people who get voted off in that like order. And the jury votes on the last final 3 people who they want to win. It's not even about like who played the game the best. It's just like, well, I don't like them, so they're not getting my vote.
They were an asshole to me, so I'm voting for this other guy.
There's a dude. He went on for like 3 seasons. His name was Russell, and he was the biggest douche canoe in the entire franchise, but he was smart, and everybody tried to make an alliance with him, and he'd always double cross them and like stab them in the back, and he made it to the end like 4 times but never won. Because everybody gets to the end, they're like, well, we're not voting for him, he was an ass. So, it's interesting. It's an interesting reality TV show is what it is. Anyway, that's our take on Survivor.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I think we can wrap it up safely now.
So thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you
That's it.
next year, 2018.
We're gonna talk about Survivor again.
No, we'll talk about the Amazing
We're also
Race.
not gonna watch it.
Talk about the Amazing Race next year.
Mm.
Alright, moving on. Yakuza 0 came out, which I think reignited, not even reignited, it kind of brought the Yakuza franchise into the forefront of the West, where not a lot of people had heard about it, because it was kind of a niche game. But it took off, like, really hard, and I don't know what it did to take off really hard, but
It's a wacky game.
yeah, it's a wacky, over the top, open world, like beat 'em up Yakuza game. And
Yeah, it's so weird that the new Yakuza actually fucking revived the franchise,
Yeah.
because the game itself, it's so goofy.
Yeah.
Like the cutscenes and they're like so cheesy.
it's over the top anime is what it is. Like, that's what it feels like.
I feel like a lot of games like this year just like were introduced to the West and they just blew up.
Yeah. Like Persona 5, we'll get to it.
Yeah, Persona
but, like,
5 is one of them.
Yeah.
And like JRPGs in general have just
Yeah.
been blowing up in the West.
But it's so strange to see Yakuza 0, which is like the 6th in the franchise, hit it big in the West, and then with that it made it so that like all of these remasters of the older games are coming to the West now as well, and they're selling really, really well as well. So it's really interesting to me to see that it's been able to propel the series to a forefront in the West anyway. What else came out here? Gravity Rush 2, which I wouldn't say was a long-awaited sequel, but it was. I
didn't even know it fucking came out, and I love Gravity Rush.
Exactly, and
yeah, I saw footage of it and the game looks beautiful. Oh my god.
It's a really good game, and it's a shame that they're shutting down the online services for it, because the online services are amazing as well.
Wait, there was online for that game?
Yeah, so basically the way it worked is that you'd get like random messages saying like, hey, there's a treasure hidden here, and here's a picture of it. There'd be like a picture of like your character next to the treasure chest, and you'd go based off of that and find it.
Oh, that's kind
And you
of
get like a bunch of currency and stuff. You could like challenge other people to races, and you get bonus points and stuff like that.
sweet. What the hell?
Yeah, it was really fun.
Interesting.
Like you could just burn hours doing treasure hunts.
Yeah.
But they're taking it down, I think, in January.
Huh. Gordon wants me to say his name, so hey, Gordon. Hi, how's
Say
it going,
my
pal?
name. Say my name.
Say my name.
I'm gonna record this.
I've only played Beyonce. I've only played Gravity Rush, the one, and as much as I really like that game, I think it's a motion thing. It makes me like feel queasy almost. Does Gravity Rush 2 fix any of that? Like,
I mean, I never had that problem to begin with, but I think the game just plays a lot smoother.
okay,
Do you play with the motion controls on?
I didn't, but I think it had a
Yeah,
lot to do.
don't.
I think it had a lot to do with the motion blur. I don't know if it was like if that was the big.
That
thing.
might be it, but like if like it just because the second game's a lot better like looking, it
Yeah.
might not have that issue.
I don't know. I still had to beat the first game. I played it for a while and then kind of put it down because other things came out. But yeah, Gravity Rush 2. They announced it last year or the year before at E3, and everybody was like, "Oh my god!" Like this Vita game that like was easily one of the best Vita games that got ported to the PS3. Everybody's like, "Oh, well, I didn't know this was ever going to be eligible for a sequel."
Oh, it was originally a Vita game?
Yeah, Gravity
Yeah.
Rush 1 was a Vita game. It was one of the launch titles.
Oh, I never knew that. I thought
Yeah.
it was like a PS3 game.
Nope, it came out on the Vita, and then they ported it to the PS3 and the PS4 like a couple years after it came out, because like it's a legitimately good game, and it would have been really, really unfortunate if it had gotten stuck on like
The Vita.
The Vita, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Don't sugarcoat it.
Anecdote. Joe bought a Vita for $90 at an EB Games when we were hanging out like a couple of years ago, and like $90 is a pretty good deal for.
That's not too bad. I mean, there's a couple good games on the Vita.
And I was talking to him. Well, it wasn't that long ago. I was talking to him, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, you gonna like bring your Vita?" He's like, "No." I'm like, dude, what? You have games on it? He's like, I have Blaze Blue on it. I'm like, oh well, okay, well, I guess. But yeah, Guardian 2, good game from what I've seen, and then from what Austin's told me,
I'll tell you all day about how that game
it's
is
an upgrade
phenomenal.
to the first.
It's more than an upgrade to the first.
Wrapping up the major titles, kind of January's Kingdom Hearts 2.8. I don't even remember what the rest of the title was because it was fucking stupid.
Kingdom Hearts.
This is
Not
this is a prequel to Kingdom Hearts 3 and a sequel to Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, and it's an interquill of Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance and some other game. I don't even know, dude.
Eventually we're gonna get to 3.
It's somewhere in there. There was a leak not too long ago for Kingdom Hearts 3 that got more leaks today of a Monsters Inc. world. With Sora, Goofy, and Donald being like monster like things in the world. It looks interesting. But that wraps up January. We can move on to February. And the biggest release for February was Horizon Zero Dawn, which took it took gaming by storm for a while because everybody who played it just said it was like phenomenal, and there's any of the negatives of the game were highly outweighed by the positives, and I know even Tyler, as much of a Zelda fanboy as he is, was saying that it beat Breath of the Wild for him in terms of enjoyability, and
Really?
in terms of being a game of the year, it was a better forerunner than Breath of the Wild, which I can understand. We'll get to Breath of the Wild, but I don't agree with it being game of the year by everybody.
Zelda being game of the year.
I get why it is, but I don't.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way.
Yeah,
I feel like I get it, but I also don't feel like Zelda really deserved the spot.
I haven't played it yet. I haven't played Horizon Zero Dawn. I was going to pre-order the PS4 complete edition, but then Christmas shopping happened, and
then DBZ happened.
Yeah, and then DBZ happened. And my bank account.
You sound like such a victim. It's like, oh man, Christmas and then Dragon Ball.
What a
tore my life
shitty
apart.
Can't believe Goku just
Can't
took
believe
all my
Goku
money.
did that to me too. You can't believe he Kamehameha'd my wallet out of my hands.
Ooh, good one.
Horizon Zero Dawn, giant robots and dinosaur. What more could you want? To be honest.
I remember being really hyped for that for a while, but then
I was so hyped for it.
I was like,
It
wow,
was like a damn good game.
dinosaurs and robots, and it looks super cool. And then it was just sort of meh.
Wait, have you played it, Austin?
No, I didn't play it. But
I've heard from
lost-
everybody who's played it that it is a phenomenal game.
Because that's on my list of I just
Yeah.
want to play that game.
I mean, if it's
Soon.
cheap,
It is $30.
Yes,
So,
the complete edition's only $40, and that includes all the DLC.
God bless PS4 games getting cheap really
Yeah,
fast.
that includes all the DLC as well. So $40 for a base game with all the DLC is pretty good in my opinion.
I'll get there eventually.
For Honor came out in February, which I know a lot of people were kind of excited for.
It was
but it was a massive letdown from what I've heard.
I have a friend.
what was For Honor again?
That was the
It's like a
Ubisoft.
chivalry fighting game
That was the Ubisoft
Oh,
one.
that
Yeah,
one.
with the
No, yeah,
samurais
that
and the knights and whatnot.
sucked.
Yeah,
made by Ubisoft.
yeah.
That was
I
big
heard
booty.
I heard it was fun, but it was just lacking so much content. It was just not a feasible game to play for more than 20 hours.
Yeah. When I was working at the bowling alley, I was just chilling and waiting for the rock and bowl to start, and this guy was talking. Wow, good transition, Rob.
Cheers.
This guy I was talking to, he's like, man, I don't even like bowling. I don't know why I'm here. I'm like, oh well, that's kind of a shame. I'm like,
Weird conversation.
I don't remember
Yeah,
how
to have a bowling alley.
She's having a bowling alley.
and like I'm like, hey man, like from what I've seen, I'm like, I don't bowl, but like from what I've seen from other rock and bowls I've worked, like people who you wouldn't think would like bowling like end up enjoying their time. So I'm like, you just gotta like give it a chance and get out there and get a couple drinks in you and enjoy your time. And he somehow shifted to, he's like, well, like, he's like, this is like a part-time job for you, right? I'm like, yeah, well, like I gotta pay for college somehow. And he's like, oh, that's cool. Like, what are you doing for college? I'm like, oh, well, I'm in a game development course. And him and I started talking about video games. This guy looked like the what's his face? From Modern Family, the gay ginger brother.
Oh, the big fat guy?
No,
Or
the other
guy?
one, the other guy. The other guy. He looked like him.
Oh, the little ginger bloke.
Yeah. And he's like, oh yeah, I've been playing For Honor. He's like, it's the only game I've ever given back. I'm like, oh.
Ooh.
I'm like, why?
Yikes.
He's like, what? I'm like, what was the issue with it? He's like, it was fun as hell, but I'm trash at it.
Oh.
He's
Understandable.
He's like, I played 20 hours of that game and didn't win a single game.
Oh,
I'm
Oh,
like,
jeez.
that's heartbreaking.
how bad do you have to be, pal? Like,
That's
Jesus.
heartbreaking.
From what I understand, it was balanced really, really badly. And the samurais or the Vikings or whatever were like such an OP like faction that no one could beat them. And anytime somebody would get like Vikings or whatever, they'd like just steamroll whoever they're playing against. So, it's a Ubisoft game, and
Yeah,
Ubisoft,
I'm not really all that surprised.
Ubisoft games have issues with balance issues, especially when they're online. I like Ubisoft games because
Assassin's Creed.
I'm a dirty Ubisoft fanboy. But
We'll get there.
Yeah, For Honor. Sniper Elite 4 came out. I don't think any of us played it, but it was
Negative.
it was the only other like big name on the list. And then I added Berserk.
Yeah, I have that on my list as well.
Berserk Muso, which is the Dynasty Warriors Berserk game, which I've played extensively, 10 hours of, which isn't that extensive, but once you've played 10 hours of a Muso game, you've played 10 hours of every Muso game, so, I mean, it's fun, it's Berserk, it's a good Berserk game, which is all I could want, to be honest, so.
It's just a fun hack and slash.
Yeah,
game.
you get
Just
to
a
be,
mindless
you
game.
get to be Guts, and you get to kill thousands of enemies at a time. What more could you want? Moving on, March, which was one of the bigger months of the year
Yeah, it's a
for
pretty heavy
gaming.
year. Around the year month.
Breath of the Wild came out, Nier Automata came out, Mass Effect Andromeda came out, and Ghost Recon Wildlands came out. Two of which of these games were highly acclaimed. Two of these other games were not so much.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, the good ones are on top and the bad ones are underneath.
Wrong.
Yeah, Mass Effect Andromeda, Game of the Year, every year.
Should have known.
Should've
So obvious.
went mid, dude.
Should've went mid them battle goblins in my base.
Breath of the Wild.
BioWare does it again.
Yeah. Breath of the Wild came out with the Switch on the 3rd of March, I believe, something
3rd
like
of March.
that.
That's it.
It's the game of the year for basically every gaming journalist company that could possibly be on the internet. I mean, rightfully so, I guess. It did a lot of things to shake up the Zelda formula that I know a lot of people had been complaining about, especially off the back of Skyward Sword, which was not amazing in many ways, but is good in many others. Breath of the Wild kind of goes back to like original Zelda format, where you can just kind of go and do whatever you want and take the game in whatever stride you need, which is a really nice way of taking the game. But the world is pretty empty for the most part. Like, there's stuff to do, but it never feels like it's
Nothing meaningful.
fully populated. And I've noticed that a lot, having gone back to playing it last month when or this month I should say, when the second DLC came out. I tried my best to walk as much as I could in that game without like fast traveling just to take in the world again, and it's really a game that when you play it for the first time, it's breathtaking and it really does capture you. But once you go back to it, you kind of see all the like glaring flaws that are kind of looking back at you. It's a good game overall. One of the best Zelda games probably released. Top 3 easily. Game of the year this year, not my opinion, but I can see why people are voting it for Game of the Year.
Well, what I want to bring up,
Yeah,
and I don't know if we want to do this now or later.
Nah, talk about it, whatever it is. Let's go.
Whatever.
But Mario Odyssey versus Breath of the Wild.
I would go Odyssey.
Best
Mario
Nintendo
Odyssey.
game.
I would
of
go
the
Odyssey.
year.
Yeah, I would go Odyssey.
I would go Odyssey as
I would
well.
go Odyssey. I think
I don't know. I
enjoyed.
just wanted to bring that up.
I think I enjoyed my time with Odyssey more than Breath of the Wild. And I still have stuff to do in Odyssey, which I can't say about Breath of the Wild. When you've got over like 500 moons to get in Breath of the, or in Odyssey before you even get to like the true end of the game, like you have serious content that is there. Breath of the Wild, you finish the game and you kind of finish the game. Sure, there's side stuff to do, but none of it feels like it needs to be done. But we'll get to Odyssey. I do stand by what I said, though. I think Odyssey is the better.
I feel
Nintendo
like
game
in
release.
Zelda, you kind of have to make the fun for yourself. Like the first time I played,
Yeah.
I was just like, "Oh, this is cool."
Yeah,
And then like as time went on, I'm like, "Okay, I
it's a
gotta
learning.
do something to make
It's
myself
like a learning
enjoy myself.
experience almost going
Yeah.
into the game. Nier Automata came out in March. I don't know if any of us have played it.
I actually have it. I
Played
have
a
the game.
decent bit of it.
Okay, so Riley and Austin have played. Okay,
I've only played like the first quarter of the game, but I really enjoy it. Like it's
Did you beat the carnival boss?
yes,
That was a good boss.
that was a really good boss.
I like that boss.
I really
it-
like Platinum taking Nier from whatever company made the
I don't
first
know.
game. Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. Like I'm like thoroughly enjoying myself whenever I
Like it's really good, but it's got like I have this problem with games where if there's a lot going on, I get overwhelmed and then I stop playing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is one of those
There's a
games
lot.
because there is a lot going
Oh,
on.
I mean, there's like 5 endings to the game.
Oh, I don't even mean like that. Like when you like, it's not like they throw everything at you at once, but as you start learning about things, you're like, "Fuck, there's so much to do, and there's so
Yeah.
much to keep in mind."
That's why
That's just sort of
that's
like, I
why
can't
like
handle this
that's
right
why
now.
I like Metal Gear though, because that's what they do. So
Well, and you'll love this game.
I know I will. I love the original.
It's a good
Nier.
game. It's a
I
really
love
good
the
game.
original Nier. Yeah, I've planned on picking Automata up as well at some point, but it's kind of expensive still, and I don't want to pick it up on PC because Square Enix haven't patched it since they
It's
released
bad.
it.
You wanted the PS4
Yeah.
because the PC is like the PC version is just like super unoptimized.
Yeah,
I haven't had any problems with it. I got it on the
Really? You're
yeah,
like
I
the
have it on
only
the
person
PC.
I've
I don't have
talked
any
to.
issues.
Wow. Like I've talked
Maybe
to
it's just
like,
my computer. Like 'cause it's-
maybe
Austin's got
Relatively
the
new.
God super.
Austin
massive
just
computer.
got the god computer genes.
my brother built it for me. Shout out to him.
me brother.
Me brother build me
Kick me
computer.
brother in the ass. Ghost Recon's Wildlands came out, which
Pass.
I was excited about because it looked like Metal Gear Solid 5 open world with friends.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, man, this looks like a cool little co-op,
Yeah.
fun kind of game.
And that's what I've heard.
It
It's
was
fun if you
cheap.
have it's fun if you have friends that will play it with you. It's not a single player game to play, which understandable. Whatever. I still think it looks.
same with every Ghost Recon game. Really.
Yeah. I still want to pick it up at some point. I know it's on sale on Steam right now, but it's still like $30, and I'm not really looking at buying it for $30.
No, I wouldn't pay more than like $20 for that game.
15, $20, yeah.
So, sorry, if I
15's
could
greedy.
If I can just go back for 1 second to Nier Automata, I had a great, excellent, very good, highly rated 11 out of 10 meme about
Oh, yeah?
Nier Automata.
Automata,
Okay, don't flame me because of my accent. I heard that people were upset at the game because you could not save the game during the very early stages of the game, which actually it turns out that was the tutorial of the game. So people were actually losing. They were actually dying, getting game over screens, in the tutorial of the game,
Nice.
and they were saying, "Wow, no save points, really?"
I mean, it is like the first
Austin's gonna try and
bits of the
justify
level
this.
are pretty tough. Like the tutorial level just kind of throws you in with your pants down. It's like figure it out, dipshit.
I can kind of attest to that, but I mean, I didn't think it was that bad.
Hey guys.
Oh no, it wasn't that bad, but I can see people dying.
Yeah, I can see. I mean, if
Look.
there's like a
Look.
if the Cuphead
yeah.
journalist couldn't get
Yeah,
past
after the Cuphead fiasco.
Yeah.
anything's possible.
Look.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
gonna be real. I game overed 3 times in the H game yesterday on the 3rd mission, so
Let's talk about that. Let's forget the rest of
That
it.
is
Let's
my
talk
game.
about that.
For when you were gonna bring that up.
it's my game of the year, by the way.
Have you even got to say H scenes yet?
No.
Game of the year.
The
Yeah,
lol-
Cam's just in for the long haul at this point. He's like, listen, I've
49
come
hours
this
in,
far.
it's his
Oh,
first
look.
H scene.
Look at the
Cam
lolly.
saw the screen. He saw the screenshots on the download page, and he was like,
He was sold.
I got recommended to it on the Fire Emblem wiki, so, on the Fire Emblem subreddit. I'm sorry. So.
"Oh Jesus!"
Look, the lolly joined my party, and I've lost ever since. So I
Well,
think
that's,
it's
that's
correlation,
why you uninstall.
cause and
right there.
effect here. Cause and effect.
Can we save this for the R-rated?
Yeah, my bad.
segment
My,
of the
my
podcast?
bad. The after midnight segment.
Yeah.
Speaking of after midnight, Mass Effect Andromeda.
Oh Jesus!
Do we need
Okay,
to-
my
Did
friend.
they hire
my-
the animators for Elder Scrolls Oblivion to do the faces?
No, they hired the
People
Morrowind.
like
No,
that game.
no, they
Did
hired
that.
they hired the Morrowind animators.
Ew.
Morrowind didn't even have it. The thing about Morrowind is it had 2D flat faces. Like your face was a flat
It
texture.
was a,
At
like
least
PNG. Yeah.
Oblivion tried. I feel like Oblivion faces were actually better than the Andromeda faces.
Have you heard of the High Elves?
Oh my god.
They did fix it. They did come out.
They
with
fixed
that.
a few
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
I've seen the
Some of it.
fixes.
I'll
I've
give
seen-
some credit to Andromeda because my buddy decided to pick it up for $10 off of Amazon. I'm like, well, I mean, I guess
I mean,
it's
for
$10.
$10. For $10. it's
And
whatever.
he was like, you want to play? I'm like, sure, why not? I'm not doing anything. So
Look, I've seen some of the fixes, and some of them don't look that hot. Some of them do look like they fixed some stuff. Some of it just looks like
yeah, I agree with
some of
that.
them look like
There's some
Band-Aid fixes. I don't know.
But like, it's I played through like maybe the first hour or two of the game. I was bored as hell.
Yeah, that's-
I was
that's
I
what
was
I've
like
heard, yeah.
I asked my buddy to just make some drinks for me while I was playing the game, just to entertain myself. It was pretty boring.
Oh my god. I mean, we don't really have to say much about this game. It flopped and it doesn't, like, I don't know what Bioware was gonna do, because I know they like Mass Effect was their like big game, and now it's
They just kind
not.
of threw it in the garbage
Yeah.
can. It's like, well,
So it'll be interesting to see where the Mass Effect franchise goes heading forward.
The one thing that I find weird is like, okay, look at Mass Effect 1.
Yeah.
Which is probably what, like 7, 8, almost 10 years old now.
Yeah.
Let's check.
And look at the faces in that. They look fine. They look.
I played through
good.
Mass Effect 1
I'm actually playing through it right now.
I played through Mass Effect 1 less than a year ago, and it's the first time I've played a Mass Effect game. And yes, the controls are clunky, but the game is still good.
the game itself is not bad.
The game
The
isn't
game
bad.
holds up totally. Yeah.
Its story is what holds it together, and even like I played as a sniper, so like I didn't have any of the big like issues that the like other people would have, because I always stay at the back and just like rando shot people.
Yeah, you just suicide all your guys.
Yeah, go in, Caden. You're gonna die anyway soon. So.
He took Kaden intentionally every time just to suicide him.
I didn't even kill Caden in my playthrough. So. Ashley was way worse. Oh my god. But yeah, like Mass Effect 1 holds up, and Mass Effect 2 is still like the best in the franchise.
Effect 2, yeah.
like
Mass Effect 2. I remember playing like the beta of that game. I was like,
Yeah.
I want to get this game really,
Yeah.
really bad.
so. I think it'll be really telling, and it'll be really interesting to see what Bioware does with the Mass Effect franchise heading forward. Because this game was a dumpster fire, and it sold not I don't think it sold very well either. I could be wrong. I haven't checked those facts, but I'm pretty
No,
sure.
I heard it tanked on
I don't think it sales.
Yeah,
And
I
they
feel
got a
like
decent amount of
Bioware just kind of
pre-orders.
messed up.
Yeah,
like
so-
I know a lot of like fans of the series like were just not happy with like
Look at Tyler.
Mass Effect 3's ending.
Tyler's a gigantic Mass Effect fan. I don't ever remember hearing him complain about Mass Effect 3's ending, but I know he was kind of let down with
yeah, he was a little let
Andromeda.
down by it. But in a like there was a lot of angry people about like the third
Yeah.
one's ending.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
now with like Andromeda, it's not doing so hot.
Yeah. Let's see here. April. Moving on to April. Persona 5, which was I know a lot of us that played it. It was probably our game of the year.
My game of the year.
Is
Tyler.
that game cheap yet?
It's pretty. I got it I only got it like
I think it's about $30 right now.
I got it on launch, and it wasn't that expensive. Amazon.ca. I got the Steelbook for cheaper than the normal game. So
Yeah, I got the Steelbook as well for cheaper. I'm like, okay.
Persona 5 is on Amazon. It's still kind of expensive.
Didn't it come out on Switch too? Or...
No, it's on the
No.
PS3 though.
Oh,
They
is it-
did announce a Shin Megami Tensei game
Shan Megami Tensei game.
on the Switch.
Yeah.
So.
$74 with Prime, Austin.
Meh.
Like it's expensive, but you get every dollar worth out of.
You really
playing that
do. You
game.
get like easily 80 plus hours.
I know
of
you're a
that
person. I know you're a person who's like, if I can get $1 per hour of my gameplay, like it's worth
Yeah,
it.
but it's not like I'm gonna drag myself through a game to get my money's worth.
But that's
Yeah.
not the case with this game. though.
It's a
You're not-
really good game.
It's,
Well,
it's,
I love
it's
it.
engaging from start to finish.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to sink $80 into a game that I'm not
I
100%
mean, that's fair.
sure I'll like.
That's fine.
Like the
I'd
fact
say-
that you guys like it puts it up to like a $60 limit.
I'd
Like, I'd
say
get it
I'd
for
say
60,
I'd say
but
give
70 is a bit much.
give it 3 or 4 months. It'll probably drop down to like 60, 50,
Yeah.
$60.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it on like Black Friday. See what
yeah.
happens.
Uh,
Not Black Friday, Boxing
Boxing
Day.
Day. I know they had a sale on it.
Oh, you mean
day after
Christmas Day Eve?
Yeah, Christmas.
Post Christmas
That's
Day.
that's what I learned today. Boxing Day equals Christmas Day Eve.
But no, what?
What? Oh no, sorry, it's the other way around. Christmas Day equals Boxing Day Eve. Yeah.
Yes, there we are. The day after Christmas Day Eve. Yeah.
Yeah,
I just
exactly.
there was a sale on the PSN on Black Friday, Austin, where it was only $40 on the PSN. So
I would've got it.
Yeah, keep an eye out. Keep an eye out.
I haven't booted up my PS4 in a while though.
I haven't either.
You'll find a lot of charming characters in that game, I think.
Yeah, Persona 5
I
for
think the art you guys have posted and it looks charming.
It's so...
almost all of us here that played it, I think it's our game of the years. Me, Tyler, Riley, I think Gordon as well.
Gordon, I know Gordon really liked it.
Characters really well, really well written in most parts. Some parts.
In a JRPG sense.
Yeah, for
Yes.
JRPG. The art is phenomenal. The music is fantastic. The gameplay is really refreshing for
Love it.
for like an RPG. And just the overall game is really good. And that's why it's my
So-
game of the year.
Go ahead and explain the kind of game it is. Like, what are the core gameplay mechanics? Because I feel like from the screenshots that I've seen,
It's okay. So
few
it's
videos that I've seen,
it's
I
really
did
interesting.
not really get
So
it.
here's the thing. It's kind of like Pokemon, where you're capturing these monsters to use them in battle. But you're using them by like stealing their soul, essentially. And you keep them inside your body. And you and like one other character in the game, and it's always the main character for the Persona games, has the ability to capture multiple personas. Everybody else has one persona, because the explanation is that the persona is like the reflection of a person's soul. And you, for some reason, are a jack of all trades, and you can capture them all. But each persona has a different like stat line. So some are good at like gunfire, some are good at like status effects and whatnot. Some have fire elements, some have ice elements, and it's a lot of finding the enemy's weakness so that you can knock them down to get an extra hit in. And a lot of the times you can go into a battle, knock all the enemies down in one go, and never get hit during the fight. And it's a lot of learning what the enemy persona's weaknesses are, and capitalizing on top of it, while micromanaging your party and their stats as well. It is very turn-based RPG. It feels different than a turn-based RPG, but it is very much so a turn-based RPG. But it's changed enough in the sense that it doesn't feel old. Because I know a lot of, like, I'd say turn-based RPGs are kind of phased out at this point. Case in point is the Final Fantasy VII remake is no longer going to be turn-based. It is going to be in the same like gameplay engine as 15, where it's kind of a hack and slash. So
like Kingdom Hearts style.
Yeah, like Kingdom Hearts style, exactly. Because it's made by Nomura, who is the lead on Kingdom Hearts. So it's interesting to see. If you're looking for something that's really charming and has a catchy enough like story to it, I think Persona's a really good catch, especially if you're a fan of RPGs as well. So, Yooka-Laylee came out in April, to much of everybody's like long awaiedness. It did not live up to what people wanted it to be.
I mean, did they even finish the game?
Yeah, the game's
They did.
done. The game's
They did.
been fully released, and they're still patching it, and they've been fixing a lot of the issues people had with it upon early release. Similar.
Yeah, but the game was like so broken. The thing is like, so for
Yeah.
that kind of game, you would expect like bug testing or
Yeah.
like QA.
Here's
that
the
kind of
thing.
But I guess they didn't have like.
Here's
that.
the thing. It has all the issues that a collectathon game on the N64 would have, but you'd expect a collectathon game in 2017 not to have the issues that a collectathon in like 1995 would have. The biggest issue for many people was the camera. You couldn't manually control the camera, which they just
Which
patched
is like
in.
a sin, right?
They patched it in like a month and a half
Yeah.
ago or some
They-
shit. Like
They
it
just
was-
recently
yeah.
patched it in.
And like I gotta give the developers some credit. They're doing what the No Man's Sky devs did, and they're still like patching the game, and they're still trying to make the game good and live up to what they wanted it to be. Which you can look at No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is a completely different game than it was on release now. So,
Is it really?
oh yeah, it's far and beyond whatever the
It changed
garbage
quite
fire it
heavily.
was upon release. Because I bought it
Yeah.
and I've played it, and it's legitimately fun. It's a really relaxing game.
Maybe I'll pick it up again.
Yeah, it's
I don't know.
it's-
Yooka-Laylee is.
Oh,
I was originally a backer for the game.
Were you?
Ended up backing it. Yeah.
Did you get you got a copy of it then, right?
Yeah, I got a copy of it, and so like I was playing through it. Like I love collectathons, and so like it still had that charm. Like I still liked it just because it was a collectathon.
Yeah.
But like the way they designed the levels just didn't feel right. Like you would have to go inside the level, collect like pages. Like I don't know, I forget. Like for the first level, I think it was like 20 something pages, and then you would have to leave the level and then come back to unlock more parts of the level. And I really just was not okay with that. I was just like, I really don't like this.
That's pretty dumb.
Well, it goes against the whole well, it's supposed to be like a spiritual successor to Banjo. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which it just goes completely against like.
See, I love collectathon the
Banjo
games where I'm
is.
able to actually explore the land
Yeah.
and like just kind of get acquainted with it. But
Hey
like
man, we have a collectathon game in this list that we'll get to. Don't worry.
exactly.
Don't
that's
worry.
what I'm getting to.
Don't worry.
But anyways, the Yooka-Laylee, I give it like a solid 5
Upon release or now?
now still.
Okay.
Upon release, I was giving it like I really did not like it as much. Like it was,
Yeah, Riley was
maybe-
like Riley was.
Riley was
genuinely
so
mad
excited
when he-
for it. That's why.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah.
Other than
Is a
that,
solid 5 like you doing it a favor or you being harsh on it?
it's
I feel like
middle
now
ground?
that-
Middle
just
ground?
just like a genuine how I
it's
like
a
a-
genuinely middle ground
like,
game.
my rating on that game. Like I give it like a 5 out of 10.
It's as average as average can be.
Yeah, it's pretty average game. Like I mean, also it's also a little skewed just because of another collectathon game happened. So it's not doing so hot.
Yeah, Ukulele came out, and it's just recently getting released on the Switch. I don't even know if it's out yet on the Switch, but I know they're.
It is. I don't know. I actually no. I think it is out on
Is
Switch.
it? Did it finally get released?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. The only other big game that came out in April was a port, and it was Mario Kart 8 for the Switch. All the DLC, all the extra maps, all the other stuff. So, I was looking at picking it up, but it was priced at full like $80. I'm like, hello, that game's been out for like
Jesus.
3 years now or something on the Wii U.
Is that the same one as Mario Kart Wii U?
Yeah, it's the Wii U one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was $79.99. Yeah, upon release, and that's Canadian, so like it's $69
for a Mario Kart game
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the thing is Mario Kart is Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Like,
It's only really
you
fun. if
really
have, like, a
can't
bunch of
charge
people to
that
play
much
with.
for it.
Yeah. I think I missed a game on my list here. I'm scrolling through just very shortly. I don't know when it came out, but we're gonna have to talk about Golf Story at some point.
Oh shit! That came
Uh,
out recently. I think I want to say September.
Is it October?
Ooh, I think somewhere around
It
there.
was October,
Somewhere in the fall.
Yeah.
it was definitely after September.
Yeah. Moving on to May. Not a lot of big games, but some like fairly decent sized AAA games. The reboot of the Prey games came out, which I don't think any of us played. I
Negative.
didn't watch any of it.
I still don't know what that game is about.
Yeah, I don't
I
even.
watched some of it.
I
and
think it's like isn't it like an alien game?
Yeah, it's like a
it's supposed to be like
sci-fi horror.
yeah, but it's mostly just sci-fi. Like its idea of horror is putting like scary monsters and having like survival elements,
Yeah.
Oh.
but doesn't really do anything for the tone.
That's
It's
a shame.
like like the setting is like a well lit BioShock 1.
That's kind of
Okay.
that's kind of a shame. Though.
Well lit.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame.
Like all the lights still work for the most part.
Nice.
Like that's not what you want for survival horrors.
Thanks,
the lights
Rapture.
should not work.
Thanks, Rapture. You did it. You got your lights working again. Injustice 2 came out in May.
Yeah.
is-
I, have
I
so
didn't-
much
I
hype
don't
about
know.
that game.
I didn't play that game, but I watched a lot of that game and I really like that game.
They've got a lot of really interesting characters they're releasing. Hellboy came out. The TMNT
Yeah.
are coming out. Who else is getting in that game? There's somebody else. Like it's constantly getting updates, so it's not like it's a bad game. And I'm just
The
not,
Mortal
story's
Kombat
super
skin.
cool too.
I like Mortal Kombat games. I'm just not interested in this because I'm not a huge DC like.
If you
fan.
want to burn like over an hour, watch a story video.
Yeah.
It's like not even the fights, like just the cutscenes. It goes on for like an hour and a half to 2 hours, and it's actually
Jesus.
really good.
That's impressive.
No, the
That's what I mean
story the story's really good in that game.
Well, I mean, I really liked Mortal Kombat MK9. I really liked its like as cheesy as its story was. It was Mortal Kombat. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed its story.
No, Injustice 2 was like Batman versus Superman, but like a really good Batman versus Superman.
Nice. What if they made that the movie?
Then they could have literally just played the Injustice 2 cutscenes and I would have been
Yeah.
sold. I would have been like, this is a
Yeah.
fantastic movie. I don't know why everybody poses for fights and then stops and acts
Yeah.
as if they got beat up, but it's really
Like-
good.
Yeah, people would legitimately buy tickets to see that.
Yeah.
Fire Emblem Shadows of Valentia came out for the 3DS, which was a port of Fire Emblem 3. I think Fire Emblem Gaiden. It was either 2 or 3. I played it. A lot of fun. Really nice change up to the Fire Emblem format. A lot of really interesting mechanic changes that aren't in like your standard Fire Emblem games. And well worth the price. It was only like $40 on release. I think it's probably only like 20 by now. And if you're looking for some like tactical RPGs for the 3DS, it is a good pickup. Everything is voice acted in that game, like basically everything. Which
That's kind of cool.
Which surprised me, because coming off of Fates and Awakening, where only like a few things were voice acted, a game that's almost completely fully voice acted is a really nice change of pace, especially on the 3DS. So, it gets my recommendation if you're looking for a 3DS game. And then Disgaea 5 got released on the Switch as well. know Riley and I were playing through it. We both kind of stopped because other stuff.
Yeah, I kind of paused the game
stuff
right
came
now,
out.
but
I
I like it.
I'd like to get back to it. It's just I don't really have any motivation to right now, and it's another one of those tactical RPGs. It's in the same vein as the Final Fantasy Tactics games. It's isometric, like top-down ish view, where you have units that you have to try and kill the other units. It's fun.
It's a fun, wacky game.
Yeah, it's fun. It's got silly writing. I really like the character designs in that game. The art's really crisp in that game, and the music in that game's
pretty good. I like it.
Pretty fresh, as the kids would say.
As the youngsters
would say. But like I said, May didn't really have a lot of super big stuff come out. Neither did June. Tekken 7 is the biggest thing that came out that month.
I would say Final Fantasy 14, the expansion was pretty big.
Stormblood, yeah.
If you were into like Final Fantasy 14, it was a pretty big launch.
Two really big expansions for two of the bigger MMOs right now came out between Stormblood for Final Fantasy 14 and the Morrowind expansion for Elder Scrolls Online, which, from what I've heard, is fantastic, and I would love to get into the Elder Scrolls Online games, but I don't really want to sink time into the Elder Scrolls Online games. So.
Yeah, I was playing a lot of the Elder Scrolls Online, actually.
What I want your take on it, because I know it's like Skyrim, but online.
Yeah,
does it play like an MMO, though?
Skyrim, but online. But the thing is, I don't know, it's just like, you can just sink yourself into it. It's really, really...
How big is the world?
It's not like Skyrim where your quest rewards are like stupid. Like Like you go into this dungeon and bring this crappy sword that some merchant is gonna give you like.
Go and kill the 800th dirt like Draugr. Like have fun. Yeah.
Yeah, but in that sense, it plays into the fact that it's an MMO really well, because it's like, go and do this thing, but it's gonna advance you to the next level.
Yeah.
And also, I really like the way they do the weapon levels in it. So it's the more that you use that kind of weapon, you get further into the skill tree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is
cool.
Really nice.
Yeah. Does it play like an MMO, or does it play like an Elder Scrolls game? Like, do you have like a task bar at the bottom with like all your skills and whatnot?
No.
Is it like a WoW style UI?
Yeah.
No, definitely not, because what you do is you choose. You have only up to 4 active abilities that you can use.
Okay.
So you choose them from like all of. So like if it's from your class tree, from your racial tree, you would put that onto your active.
Oh, okay.
But also you can take one from, if for example, if you've only been using like a one-handed weapon and you're like level 20 in one-handed, you can take a spell from that and put that in your active.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's a really good MMO.
I've heard it has a lot of like depth to it, but because of like the whole especially when it first came out, how it was subscription based, no one really wanted to play it, and then they moved it to like buy it, you get to play it forever, like pay to play gameplay, and they overhauled it in a sense, and especially with the Morrowind expansion, which is like $60, but it gives you all of Morrowind, so it's really interesting.
How it is now, it's really nice. Like honestly, like you can even go to like Imperial City, like as you went to in Oblivion, and it feels exactly the same as when you went there in Oblivion. And you can go to like Skyrim, like the north, and it feels the cities feel it like exactly.
That's really cool.
As you were in Skyrim.
I've always wanted to get into
I haven't played the
Morrowind,
but I imagine like
it's more or less the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. So yeah, that and Stormblood came out. Stormblood was a really big, one of the biggest expansions for Final Fantasy 14, up there with Heaven's Sword was its other expansion that came out. I think it came out last year.
It came out.
But they both like constantly, like anytime an expansion comes out for Final Fantasy 14, it surges, which good for it. So
it's a really good game.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. my time with it. I know Gordon got higher in levels than I did because I got to like level 20 before I had to like say, all right, well, I don't have enough time to put into this
Yeah.
game. But like from what I got, like it's a fun game and like it has that Final Fantasy story to it, which I so dearly love.
That's cool.
So
Tekken 7 came out. I know most of the people who've been playing it in our chat have only recently got it within the past couple months. But it's a lot of fun. It's a really, really good like fighting game. It's fast paced enough that it doesn't feel like a Street Fighter.
it's also simple. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, it's really easy to get into as well, which I think is a really good benefit to the game, especially for people who are looking for like a new fighter and want to get into it. There's a level of depth to it, but it's not hard to get into, and all the characters are fun to play aside from like a handful. So I really, really like Tekken 7. I'm glad I picked it up when I did. Moving on to July. This is like there's a bit of a drought in between like big game releases. July again, Splatoon 2 came out. I know most of us here who have a Switch got it. I know most of us here who got it I don't really play it all that much anymore. Solely because it's hard to play with friends. It's fun.
That was my main issue with it. Is just you weren't able to actually play with your friends, which is like kind of weird for me. Like Nintendo just being like, no, you can't really play with your friends. Like, oh, okay.
It's a fun game. Like, don't get me wrong, but it's just too hard to try and like team up with a friend to play.
Your buddy could be on the other team.
Yeah,
it's like I really don't want to fight my buddy, but like
he's better than me. I don't want to fight against. Dream Daddy came out.
I think Ethan got this game.
I think Ethan got this game as well. I don't know.
I don't give a rat's ass about that game, but I love the drama surrounding that.
Oh yeah,
holy shit! When that one artist released the fan art of the gender bent versions, and they started getting death threats to the point that the devs released a statement saying like, "This is not why we released this game."
Yeah,
for you to fucks to ruin it.
People are shitty. That's really what it comes down to.
It's just kind of one of those games that have like a like I don't want to say negative, but like has an aura to it. It's like if you so dare try and mess with it, it's gonna explode.
No, this is a perfect example of like a fandom taking over a product.
Let's be real,
because it happens all the time where a fandom gets so like large and involved that they feel like they have more control and involvement in the product than the people that create it.
But let's be real, it's the Game Grumps fandom.
Yeah.
Well, it's more than just that.
But it was mostly the Game Grumps fandom.
Yeah. But it brought out the worst in that fandom. Usually that fandom's pretty toothless. But like, goddamn.
You don't frequent the subreddit then, my friend.
No, I don't. I've been watching Game Grumps in the
Wait, you actually get to the subreddit?
This guy.
I'm a big boy. I watch Oni Plays now.
This guy goes to the subreddit.
Jesus. Wow, I can barely stand like.
It's not a good place. And Final Fantasy 12 got its HD remaster re-release on the PS4 through Zodiac Age. I wanted to get that game again. It's one of those games I pre-ordered and then canceled before it came out, just because I had other things that needed to be bought. So, August came around. Couple big releases. Long Dark came out. That was a kickstarted game. David Hayter, Jennifer Hale, Mark Meir, I believe is his name, and a bunch of other Canadian voice actors are involved in this game. I know Cameron's played it. He said it's fun. It's on sale right now for like $8 on Steam. It's like an open world like crafting kind of thing. There's a story to it. So I don't have a lot of information on it. If Cameron was here, I'm sure he could talk about it, but I don't have a lot of information on it. So Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice came out. I know actually zero about this game, so
I've heard mixed things about the game. I heard things like
I heard the story is really good, but I heard the gameplay is garbage.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah. It looks like bad Dark Souls like gameplay with like decent story, which
it was interesting. Like they have a mechanic if you like die too many times, like it just completely just wipes your save.
Oh, really? That's neat.
Yeah.
No.
I like games like that.
Yeah.
It was interesting. It was like,
Looking
and
at
the
you,
way they
Doki
the way
Doki
they
Literature Club.
Yeah, I love games that pull shit like that. That mess with you when you play it.
Yeah.
the way they tied it into like the game's mechanic too was also, or the story was also kind of
That's
interesting
cool.
too. So
That's cool.
I liked it. I like that.
What else? What else? Sonic Mania came out. Anybody who played it here enjoyed it?
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
I don't know if you can chalk it up to me just not liking 2D Sonic games,
That's
which
fair.
is probably what it is, but I did not enjoy it.
I know there's a handful of people who like the 3D ones, a handful of people who like the 2D ones, and then there's
I feel like Sonic games, they're, I don't know, there's
the
something
Venn
about
diagram
them.
in the middle of people who like both.
I enjoyed myself though. I'm not a big Sonic fan guy. But
I'm not a huge 2D Sonic fan, but I really enjoyed this game because it felt better than all the other 2D Sonic games. So
Oh yeah, I don't doubt that. It's just like I can't get behind like the style of gameplay.
I really liked. I think the best part of the game was the music. All the music sounded
Oh yeah, no doubt.
phenomenal.
Yeah, I like the music.
I ain't gonna argue against
Yeah.
that.
Sonic music.
My
I
biggest
know-
problem is like the way the game plays.
That's fair.
I know a
uh,
lot of people really praise like the level design to like the 2D Sonic games,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
I always still I still question it at some points. I'm like, is this really like
There
good
were
level
some
design?
levels that I was like really.
I was just like,
really.
oh, I forget what level it was. It was like the factory one, I think. I can't remember.
I don't remember.
Chemical plant.
That's
where I
in
was
Sonic
just
in Sonic 2. Yeah, Chemical Plant.
Yeah, I was really struggling. Like,
Yeah.
I hate this level with a passion.
Uncharted Lost Legacy came out, which is the spin-off of the Uncharted franchise with Chloe and the other chick, whose name I can't remember.
Other chick.
Yeah, other girl. Nadine, I think is her name. Laura Bailey's
I
character.
don't know anything.
Yeah,
About
there you go.
Uncharted.
You just said that.
Laura Bailey's character. Tyler played it. He said it was good. I've only played Uncharted 2, so I have the trilogy. I haven't played anything else other than 2. So, and then Mario and Rabbids came out as well, which was a sleeper hit, I think, for a lot of people.
It was fun. I
I
really
love that that game did well.
Yeah, it's everybody's like really Mario and Rabbids really
That was one of those games that had everything going against it.
really XCOM,
But it
with
blew
Mario and
everybody
Rabbids,
away.
yeah.
I was curious about it, and I eventually it was gifted to me, and like I played through it. I'm like, this is good. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm not upset about it.
Who
like
would have
it's pretty
thought
good.
that Mario, Rabbids, and XCOM would be a good like?
Yeah, and somehow it was. Yeah.
I think
Like,
it's
after everything that Rabbids was, and
Yeah.
after
Yeah, I was gonna-
everything that XCOM like made a huge comeback somehow
yeah.
just by releasing XCOM 2. Yeah.
I think it's hard to mess up like the formula of like the current XCOM games. It's like it's
Yeah.
hard to mess that up.
It's yeah.
But I think it comes down to like Rabbids and Mario. Like, who would have thought that would work? But it did.
It ended up being surprisingly charming as well. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, this is weird, but hey, whatever.
Yeah. September came out. Best game of all time. Knack 2 was
Knack
released.
2, baby.
Oh,
Knack 2.
no question. Next
Yeah.
month.
Next. Who cares?
Yeah, let's just skip it.
Who cares about
Something else
next
notable
month?
happened.
Who cares about next month? We're talking about Knack 2, baby, on the PS4.
We can skip
Back
all
to
the rest of the
skip
months,
it.
honestly.
I don't even.
Skip the whole year.
Who
Yeah.
cares about Knack 2? Who even played that game?
Excuse me.
Fans of Knack 1.
Who played Knack 1, Austin?
People who bought a PS4
on launch. Yeah.
Yeah, at launch. They're like, I don't have anything else to play.
There's nothing out, so I'm playing Knack 1.
The actual releases for this month. Destiny 2 came out on the Xbox One. It came out on PC in October. I didn't want to write it down twice, so I just included that.
Wah, wah.
Apparently, Bungie's getting a lot of flack lately. For...
Disappointed in that game.
Oh, yeah, Austin, you got that game. What,
I got that game. I played to max level, and I'm disappointed.
You and Gordon both.
Okay,
got it.
so okay, what's the issue with the game?
Break
Because
it
like
down,
the
baby.
gameplay looks fun, but like
It's trying to be Halo and Borderlands, but it won't go far enough on either side to get out the best of either side.
That's
oh.
a shame.
Like Borderlands, you've got that really like RPG style where there's like enemy levels and there's skill
Right.
trees. But it's still too far on the Halo side where it's like where like the shooting is so core. Whereas like Borderlands, the shooting's there to complement like the guns and the skill trees.
Oh,
fair.
I kind of follow.
Which is the big like it's got nothing going for it. Like there's like 12 skills. and that's it. And you can only have like 4 of them active at a time.
But it's better than Destiny 1.
I mean, I couldn't even tell you. I didn't play Destiny
See,
1.
what I heard, it's basically the same thing as Destiny 1.
I
Yeah,
heard
that's
I heard it
exactly why.
fixed stuff from Destiny 1, but kept a lot of the issues that Destiny 1 had.
I mean, at its core, it's just it has no like decent identity.
It has no
So-
soul, is what you're trying to say?
It has no substance.
Gotcha.
Did it have like a story?
Yeah, the story was like, whatever.
Okay.
It plays off of like the Destiny 1 characters, and it does the whole thing where the whole world's falling apart, everything's over. The first bits of the game were actually really cool. Because like the source of your power gets like snuffed out, so it's like if you die for real now. And I was like, oh shit, this
You
is
die
tense.
in the game, you die in real
You
life.
can't respawn anymore, and then that gets solved, and then for whatever reason they decide to bring it back in some segments, and it's just like whatever.
That's a shame, because I know a lot of people were like hyping it up. So
I really wanted to like that game. I was
you know
like,
what?
I'm gonna get into this game.
I hope that it has what Destiny 1 had happen to it, where a whole bunch of like expansions and DLCs came out and made the game good. I'm hoping that's what happens.
I mean, they'd have to add, more skills to the game. They'd have to add a whole new class to the game. Like they have 3 classes.
I don't know. It's
There's vanilla.
we'll have to wait to see.
yikes.
Bungie, baby, let's go. Shit, Destiny 2 came out. Divinity Original Sin 2 came out as well, which I know Riley and his buddies have been playing, and Joe and his buddies have been playing. And
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a very good like pen and paper RPG.
does it feel like a Diablo game, like in gameplay?
No, it doesn't. It just feels like you're playing D&D.
That's really interesting.
It doesn't feel like Diablo whatsoever.
It's not
it
on
just feels
sale,
like
man. It's not on sale on.
Yeah, it's like
Steam.
it's on sale like for like maybe 5%.
It's like 10% off. Yeah, it's dumb.
It's nothing big.
I'm gonna
but,
get
like,
it, but
But like I'd say, because it's not full priced. I don't know how it is over there.
it's
but
like
it's not full
it's like
price.
$42 here or something. Right?
Okay, yeah, it's not really full
Yeah,
price.
it's
And-
10% off or something.
It's a really good game. Like you get your money's worth
And that's
out
what
of
I
it.
said.
like,
I'm gonna get it anyway, but it's just I
It's
wish it was a little
super
more.
fun.
I wish it was on
'Cause
sale a little more.
it's so open ended. Like you can do a lot of like it's so unique where you can do a lot of like really cool stuff if you like really think about it and
Yeah.
like, oh, let me try this. Like let me try adding fire to this cloud, or like I'm sorry, like cast acid on this cloud and you can rain acid, which
It's
is
like
really cool.
it's like Magica. You're just combining stuff.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for this.
It's a really cool game.
That's interesting. Yeah,
love it.
everything I've heard about the game is good. So I'll be interested to pick it up. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite came out to, again, disappointment. It's kind of been the theme this year is a lot of hyped up games came out and disappointed people. I mean, I don't really have much to say about this. They took out the X-Men.
I feel like Injustice was just generally a better game.
It was, yeah, 100%.
Right?
Yeah, no doubt.
And all the big fighting game community, like people who play games like MVC3 and Infinite and whatnot, are all saying that when Dragon Ball Fighters comes out next year, it is going to just overshadow all these like tag team fighters like MVC3 and MVC Infinite, because it's just a better game from what they've played off of all the demos that they've gone to go and play at these
It
different.
also seems like the
places.
devs also really care about that.
And that's the thing, it's Arc System Works, who have worked on Guilty Gear, who've worked on BlazBlue, who've worked on Uniel. Like they make fighting games. Their whole purpose in life is to make fighting games, and they're good at it. So it's a no-brainer. It really is. Riley and I are hyped beyond
So excited for that. Game.
hyped. We're Dragon Ball Z levels of hyped for this.
It's so hyped.
And then the last big release of September was Danganronpa V3, which
Who?
exactly it's
What?
Danganronpa is kind of like a visual novel that has like Ace Attorney aspects to it. It's more a visual novel than anything though. And this game had a lot of controversy surrounding it compared to the other games because of its ending, which I won't talk about because Riley is busy playing through the games. But
Yeah, the ports came out also earlier this year too.
yeah,
You forgot one big game in September.
what did I forget?
Cuphead.
Oh, did Cuphead come? It wasn't on the list. I
Yeah,
was reading.
Cuphead did come out in September.
29th.
Nice. I know you really liked Cuphead.
That game is amazing.
Good old Canadian boys made it.
You have no idea.
My boy Chad something or other.
The game has been in the works for forever too.
Dude, my boy.
Yeah,
Chad,
I remember
It
seeing something
finally
about
came
it
out.
as a
Chad,
kid. I saw like some screens of that game. I was like, oh, that looks neat.
Chad Moldenhauer.
Yeah, that's their last name,
Dude,
Moldenhauer.
This guy looks like he could slap my girl's ass and get away with it.
Dude, I would pay him.
Rab, just Google Chad Moldenhauer and look at the specimen of a man. Him and his brother like remortgaged their house
Twice.
twice
They remortgaged their house like twice.
to get this game out, and it worked.
Yeah, no, it really worked.
It
This is my
worked.
game of the year.
They did a really good job with that game. Like everything.
I-
Like,
I-
I can't
I've
really
been-
say anything bad about the game.
I've been listening to the soundtrack since the start of September nonstop.
Shmups, dude, I love shmups.
There's just something about having a game where it's only boss fights.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's a really nice.
it's
Yeah.
a cool idea.
it's
a
the
really
reason
cool
I
idea.
like Toho
Yeah,
games,
definitely.
because Toho games are just you shooting stuff and then fighting a boss. Like it's.
Well, I just like what it sort of stands for in terms of like the game industry. Like it wasn't like a kickstarted thing.
Yeah,
It was just like
it's just
you know
Chad,
two
dude.
brothers that felt like making a game.
My boy Chad.
Chad Moldenhauer was like, "Yo, brother, let's make a game."
He
He's like,
looks
"Cool,
like-
I'll call my friend who does music." And it's like, "Okay, but he doesn't do jazz music." I was like, "Fucking get him to do jazz
We'll
music."
learn him jazz music.
That's exactly
Tell him to
what
learn.
they did. They're like, "Just fucking play it. Play jazz music."
Sweet jazz. All right, that was September. October was arguably the biggest month, and it usually is end of the year.
I mean, it is based on the amount of titles in here.
Is generally always the biggest month of the year. October, November are usually the biggest months of the year for game releases. We got Hat in Time, we got the South Park
Yes.
game, we got Fire Emblem Warriors, we got Assassin's Creed Origins, Mario Odyssey, and Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus. Hat in Time was what Ukulele wanted to be, but wasn't.
Hat in
Have you
Time
played
was
it yet, Cam?
Huh? I beat it.
Did you beat it? Did
I-
you go 100%?
I did what you did. I got every achievement. I 100% the game.
Yes, good.
it's such a good game.
It is such a
It
good
really
game, yeah.
is.
It's a shame that I can't go back to it now because I've done
Yeah.
it. There's no replayability now.
No, I plan on going back to it.
I know they plan on introducing another world, so I'll go back when that happens. But
Yeah.
Yeah, do like a full clear again when they introduce the new world.
that's my
It's
plan.
just
That's
a
my plan.
fun.
That's my
It's
plan.
just a fun game with like it looks good for what they were working with.
It's cute.
and also-
its art's really nice. Its music's pretty good. Fucking the ghost
I love
guy,
the world.
the Snatcher has the best boss battle theme in the game,
Mhm.
and that's all you really need to know.
Oh, speaking
It's
of
just a
boss
good
battles,
indie game. It really
apparently
is
you
just a good
can
indie
fight
fun
DJ
game.
Grooves at the end of World 2.
Wait, really?
Yeah, apparently like the fight plays out exactly the same, but the roles are reversed and
Wow.
the stage is completely different.
Interesting. I'll have to do that on my other playthrough then. when
Yeah,
the-
no, that's why I want to go back. I'm like, I want to fight against him.
I like the conductor guy more. Is the only reason.
The conductor was cool.
I like him more as a villain.
Yeah.
DJ Grooves is just like a goofy idiot, and it's like, come on, you can't be the bad
I
guy.
love the penguins though.
Yeah.
The penguins snapping always got
Yeah,
me.
JonTron's voice acting.
Wasn't he just like the front counter
Yeah,
guy?
He was a
like,
penguin. No, he was
yeah.
he was a penguin. In the light camera action world, where you have to like collect, like get your photo taken and whatnot. He's like a cameo, like penguin.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't notice him.
That's
Really?
yeah, he's in there.
Not in that world. I was speeding in my world. I was like, I get pictures.
I'm going fast.
Go fast.
South Park: The Fractured But Whole came out.
It was good.
One of my friends he gifted me like an extra copy because Amazon kind of fucked him. But anyways, it's the South
I don't
Park game.
like South Park, so that's.
I'm not a big South Park guy, so like I wasn't really into it.
think
So,
this
I mean,
is- yeah, I think
It'd be a little unfair for me to really judge the game because it's very on South Park humor. But like,
Yeah.
for majority of the people, what they say about the
You
game
know,
is
you'd
they
think
say
You'd think
Okay.
us and how crude our humor is. We'd
I don't know, there's
South,
just
we'd all be
something in
South Park
South Park.
fans. Yeah.
which I just don't. I don't know. There's just something to it where it's just like I don't find it
It's
funny.
too.
I don't know. I enjoy it. It's not like something I'll watch every week, but it's like, you know, if I feel like wasting a week.
I used to watch it in the evenings when I was younger.
Oh yeah, if it's on, I'll watch
Yeah.
it, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to watch it.
I think the voice. I always hated the voices, so I just could not
My
bear
boy.
to like even listen to it.
My boy. Thank you. I agree. Fire Emblem Warriors came out for the Switch. Again, another Muso game. Again, another Muso game. You've played one, you played them all. But Fire Emblems this time. And this one had a lot of issues, especially within the Fire Emblem community, because of the characters. A lot of characters in the game that have movesets that aren't unlocked at first and are DLC. There's like 3 characters in the campaign that like are there and in the game, but they pulled a Capcom and like they're like, oh, these are DLC's characters though, so you have to pay us money to play these characters that are on the disc. So, but I've heard it's fun. So
Is that a real thing that happens in fighting games?
Oh,
That's so disgusting.
who would have guessed? But it's a Warriors game, so I mean, you know what you're signing up when you buy it. So not much to talk about there. Assassin's Creed Origins, I have played through to completion, and it was one of my favorite games of the year. It did a lot of things that were really nice, shake up to the Assassin's Creed formula, and I fully believe that Bayek is the best main character in the franchise after this game.
Approximately how much time did you spend in modern in the simulation?
Like in the game or like in like the modern world?
In the modern world within the game.
So like playing as the non-assassin is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, exactly.
I think there's a total of not even an hour of
Okay, good.
being
That's it. That's
yeah.
a good answer.
Does it
Yeah.
open with it?
No. It
Oh,
starts you
okay,
off.
that's
It
good.
starts.
It's good.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
It starts you off in Egypt, and it takes 3 to 7. I think it took me 10 hours before I even came out of the Animus. And the moment you come out of the Animus, it's literally go get medicine, get back in Animus. Like it's like you're out of the Animus for maybe 5 minutes. And there's only 2 other times during the game where you're mandatorily taken out of the Animus.
I mean, is there a reason to get out?
No. You're in a cave, so there's nothing for you to go and do outside of the Animus.
Mate, don't spoil the story.
My bad, sorry. My bad.
Don't spoil the cave story.
All they're doing with the modern day stuff is they're trying to set up the modern day, like the new modern day assassin chick for probably the next like couple games. Because like I'm gonna get into it just because like nobody really gives a shit at this point. But Desmond's dad shows up at the very end of the game, and he's just like sitting in a chair across from the Animus, and he's like, "Oh, I was waiting for you to wake up," and like he's like, "You have to come with me." And she's like, I'm not gonna come with you. He's like, people are gonna come and kill you if you don't come with me. And she's like, okay, I'll come with you. And then it's like,
All right, I'm convinced.
and then it's like, okay, back in the Animus, like that's it for the modern day stuff. Like I don't have anything else to do out here. So, but I think that's fine. I don't really need a modern day story to play these games. I'm not playing these games for the modern day story. So
I feel like they do it because they've done it before.
I mean, because they have to at this point. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a nice change up from being a faceless first person thing walking around, because you actually get a character you are finally with a name and a face. So but it's definitely set up is what it is for the progressing modern story in the series, and I can definitely see more games following Bayek because of the way they've set the past story up. I could definitely see several games either tied in with him or his wife. But yeah, it's a really nice change of pace to the Assassin's Creed formula. It doesn't feel like an Assassin's Creed game in some senses. It's no longer like sneaky go and assassinate everybody. It's because your guy's not an assassin; he's a fighter. So you're spending most of the game fighting in a like cheap knockoff Dark Souls style combat, which fits. It's not the best part of the game, but that's not why you're playing it. So, overall, good game. I'd give it like a 7, a high 7. Mario Odyssey came out. Best Mario game ever made, hands down.
All right.
No complaints.
Can I just
Alright,
ask,
moving on.
Can I quickly just ask, if you went back and looked at AC Origins, and you turned the volume all the way down and just put subtitles on, would it go from a 7.8 to an 8.8?
You
Just because the voice acting is so disgustingly bad in that game.
I think there's a few characters that have good voices. Bayek is one of them. I'd rather listen to him than anybody else in the game. His wife's pretty annoying. Cleopatra is horrendously annoying. A lot of the Greek soldiers don't sound Greek. A lot of the Egyptians don't sound
Yeah,
Egyptian.
they really missed the mark.
I know
some
your
perspectives.
complaint when I was playing it and taking screenshots, you're like, why are all these Egyptians brown? Which to your credit, a lot of them are, but further into the game, most of them look like they're from Africa. So it at least like fixes a lot
Oh,
of
it balances out.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the issue is it's very Greek overrun Egypt, so it's a lot of racial mixing, which you have to take into account rather, especially for that time period, because you've got Caesar and you've got Brutus and all them, like they're in the game as well. So yeah, Mario Odyssey. Good game.
Woo!
Out of 10. That's what it is.
It was fun.
It's fun. I think the only issue I had with the game was that there was a lot of forced motion control stuff on you, but not a lot you can do about that, I guess.
It wasn't that bad. The motion controls weren't that bad though.
Yeah,
So it
no,
was
they
just-
weren't. And as much as I would like to have them turned off, sometimes it was necessary. I tried playing it undocked, and that's almost impossible. So
Yeah, I found playing undocked is kind of hard.
just because you have to shake to do certain
Yeah,
things.
you kind of have to shake it. And it's just like I don't want to shake this fucking.
I can't see you while I'm shaking. It doesn't
Yeah.
work that way. So, but yeah, it feels like an old like N64 Mario game, but better in every way, shape and form. And it's good. It's just a good game. Like I can't like describe this game like without somebody else playing it. Like you have to play it to understand why it's just good. It's just good. There's nothing wrong with it. Like,
You can be a goddamn tree.
yeah.
You can be a goddamn frog. You can
Yeah.
be what?
You can be a cactus.
T-Rex.
Yeah, it's a good game. Play it if you have.
Yeah.
It's a must buy.
Just like in the couple of few weeks that after it got released, I was like so hyped on that game. I was like, oh my god, should I buy a Switch
Just
just
for
to
this
play
game,
this
yeah.
game? Yeah.
It's definitely a must buy for the Switch.
Yeah.
I'm burnt out from watching it just because all the streamers I watch have just been doing nothing but speedrun it for the past like 3
Yeah,
months
yeah.
now. So it's taking its toll on me. But it's a good game, and I still have a lot of stuff to go back and do in that game. It gets really really hard once you finish the current game and you head into the post game stuff. There's a whole like separate area where you have to like do a whole bunch of missions without your hat. It's just like standard Mario like platforming, but it's really hard because the game's built around you using your hat. So yeah, there's that. Wolfenstein 2 came out. I don't know if any of us played it. I heard it was good. I heard it was political. I heard Sig Heil.
I've heard it was just a good fun
Yeah.
game. That's about it. I don't
Yeah.
really play Wolfenstein.
Okay, we move on. We're closing it out anyway. November, 2 games that nobody cares about: Call of Duty World War II and Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Wish I cared about that second one.
Wow.
Really
Was-
did.
Was Call of Duty World War II any good?
Joe
I
played
played the
it.
beta with Ethan. I did not enjoy
Joe
it.
bought it.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh.
He said he likes the multiplayer, so it's Call of Duty. It's not like you can.
Yeah, it's
fuck
Call
up
of
the
Duty. I
multiplayer.
just don't. I can't get back into Call of Duty anymore.
Battlefront 2, I don't want to get into solely because all we've done is talk about it like in the chat ever since like the controversies came out. If you are interested in our opinion, Riley, myself, and Ethan's opinion, there is a VOD on the Twitch channel of me playing Euro Truck 2 while we talk about Star Wars Battlefront 2. Yeah, it's
yeah, guys, definitely go ahead and watch the VOD of Cam playing Euro Truck 2. Yeah.
Right, you missed out on me going 190 kilometers an hour in the
taking a wild ass
on
turn.
the British freeway, dude. Come on now.
I've seen your abominations of Euro Truck streams.
They're amazing. I love it. November.
To wrap it up, to wrap up Battlefront 2, yeah.
Don't
wrap up Battlefront 2. Get it? It's a Christmas joke because you wrap presents.
Yeah, wrap it up and then throw it in the fire.
Wrap it up in flammable paper.
Wrap it up in a trash.
December.
Pretty
Xenoblade Chronicles 2 came out.
Yeah.
Woo!
Riley's the only one here who's played it.
Yeah, I played it. I like it. It's a lot of fun. There's just the only issue I have with the game is like a lot of necessary mechanics. They don't really explain it to you.
Yeah. And
You just you have to go digging for it. Like I found myself like playing the game. I'm like, what do I have to do? Like, what is this mechanic that they just introduced to me? Because they bring it up and then they're like, okay, here it is, and then so I was like, oh, okay, well I guess to Google because I have no idea what this is.
Rav's favorite part of the game is the voice acting.
Which one? Sorry.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Oh, disgusting! Oh my god! It's like a.
You tell me you don't like Rex, the Scottish little protagonist boy.
Yeah,
It's like they got the fucking. You know, like when a really shitty nativity plays. Like, you have to go
like
watch
a grade school nativity play.
Yeah, exactly. Like you have to go. You have to go.
Yeah.
Your cousin's. Like your little
cousin is Jesus. Yeah,
play.
he's baby Jesus.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Like, why is
It's
the
that
little British
level.
boy Jesus? See, that doesn't work. Why is the little white boy Jesus? Jesus is white.
I don't like that. Also, there's that too. Like,
Yeah.
Rex's voice acting still kind of bothers me. But
love
I'm
it.
getting you.
I love it.
I see. I
love it.
love the dialogue now. It's charming.
I love
it.
how bad the voice acting is. I live for it. It's like it was all in house. They're like, "Hey, Reggie, do you want to come in and just film some lines for us?" And he's like, "Yeah. What accent?
sure, whatever."
What accent do you want me to use?" They're like, "Well, you're Samoan, so do Scottish." And he's like, "I got it."
Make it sound like there's something wrong with that.
So that came out, and then the only other big thing that came out this month was Okami HD.
Oh my god! I seriously want to buy this game. I wish I had a controller.
Have you ever
controller
played
died.
it? Have you played it before, Rev?
Yes. I
Excellent
played
game.
I think like 3/4 of the way through the game.
Okay.
Because I remember I was talking to you as I played it.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, this has happened. Oh,
Yeah.
this has happened.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You're
it's-
this. Yeah. This,
It is.
This
It
about
is.
to happen.
It is the best Zelda game that's not a Zelda game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
100%.
I can't wait to play this game. I
It's so
have it
much
bought,
fun.
downloaded, I'm ready to go.
I'll
Oh my
start
Plug
it
in
up
my
tonight.
PlayStation controller.
You're so lucky. It's
Start
been,
it
like,
up tonight,
first
Austin.
experience of the game.
You're so
It's-
lucky.
It's
I
my
guess
first
I can pick up
time.
this
I've,
game.
I've wanted this game to I've wanted to play this game since like the PS Move first came out.
Austin's like, Okami, go easy on me.
I was so ready
my
for this. I was like, why don't they
first time.
why don't they port it to the PS3? Because like the PlayStation Move, I'm like, there's just port it, please. I don't care, port it.
And then they did.
And then they did, and I'm happy.
Yeah, it's a magical experience. It's a magical game. The story's kind of like it's what it is.
The
And-
story is like the story. You don't play for the story.
You don't play for the story. You play for the fun gameplay and the beautiful world, and to ignore the little tick that sits on Amaterasu's back. It's a good game. You'll enjoy yourself. But that kind of goes through our list here. Riley has a list of his own of games that he was disappointed in, games he enjoyed. So if you want to quickly
So
knock those bad boys out.
I'm just gonna talk about like one favorite game of mine that you didn't bring up because we already sort of covered it.
I know what it is. I know what it is.
Skull
Oh,
Story.
you definitely know what it is. It's the Crash Bandicoot remake.
Yeah.
Fuck! I forgot about that.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, it's I
I'm
love it.
ashamed I forgot about that.
I
Holy
love
crap.
it so much. It's such a good reboot. And I'm happy that they brought it Crash Bandicoot back.
All right, let's
Oh.
go ahead.
And then we already basically covered majority of these games, but like I'll also bring up Absolver, which is basically an indie
know.
version of For Honor.
Rav's never
Um,
opened it.
It's unopened, by the way. I haven't opened it. I haven't broken the seal.
Nice, dude.
Open it.
Ooh,
Play
you
the
don't have a
game.
PS4 yet. You
I
don't
don't have a PS4, so why should I open it?
So, open it.
Open it.
Please just open it.
All right, talk about
Let's do,
Absolver.
let's
Talk
just
about
do an
talk,
unboxing of
Let's do an
Bandicoot.
unboxing video live on stream.
talk about Absolver. Talk about Absolver.
Mhm.
It's cool because like has a bunch of cool martial arts stuff in it that I really enjoy,
Mhm.
and it's heavily based around like, it's kind of like Dark Souls in the way where you have people just kind of randomly show up and then they can either help you or they
Mhm.
can kind of fuck you over.
Yep.
So it's kind of cool. Like there's times where I was just doing a mission and some buddy of mine would just wave, or just some random guy would just wave at me and then he would just join in on the fight. I'm like,
Nice.
sick.
Nice.
He helped me out.
How much would
But
you say
it's-
the game's worth? Like, how much would you pay for it?
I bought it at $20.
Would you say it's
And-
worth $20?
I'd say not really. I was talking to Cameron about it. I'd say like get it on a sale for maybe like $10.
Let's look at Steam. Let's look at Steam right
Yeah,
now.
it's okay. I had fun with it, but it's okay. And then I had one game I bought earlier in the year. It was on sale. It was Tales of Berseria.
Okay.
I really did not like the game. Like I'm playing through. I tried
It's
playing through the game.
it's like the worst in the series. That's why.
I hate it. Like I hate it so much. Like I tried playing through it. And I'm like I hate this so much. The combat. I'm not a big fan of the combat. Like at first I was like, oh, I love this, but
Yeah.
then like as time went on, I'm like, I really hate this.
Absolver is currently 50% off on Steam. 16.49 Canadian. So it's probably like $15 American.
Yeah,
Yes.
about there.
Cool. Yeah,
And-
Tales of Berseria is usually regarded as one of the weakest in the series.
Yeah, I did not like the playthrough I'm having with it, so I just kind of dropped it. I'm just like, yeah, well,
That's fine.
I got it on sale for like what $7 I think, so I was just like,
Yeah.
Are you done, Riley? Is that the end of your list?
I mean, we were basic. I mean, I basically kind of
Yeah,
covered
we
like
talked
my
about a lot of
like
stuff,
all
so.
the things that I really enjoyed about the games. Like, I mean, P5. Like, I could go on for hours about
Yeah,
that
we
game.
could talk
Mario
about it.
Odyssey, Divinity.
We do have a
Um,
P5 show eventually coming to the podcast once we have the crew.
Did we not? I thought we already did
We
one.
never had a P5 podcast because Gordon and Tyler kept on.
Oh.
getting it.
Riley, didn't you forget one game?
Bubsy.
No, from early in the year. Which is even when Cam said earlier that it's from early in the year, I thought he was talking about the exact game.
I have no idea. What are you memeing at us? What...
Hollow Knight.
Oh shit.
I thought that came out last year.
That came out this year.
Did it?
Yeah?
Hollow Knight.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I
god.
thought. I thought it
Amazing
came out.
game.
I thought
February.
it came out
Came out-
last year,
no,
so
came
I
out-
just kind
came
of
out-
like.
came out February.
Oh well,
Wasn't-
then there
it
you
wasn't-
go.
it
Then
wasn't on-
Hollow Knight. I'm sorry. I thought that came out like last year in
Sorry.
November.
I was so upset that you
See,
forgot
okay,
about
I thought it
that.
came out in November, so I was just like, oh well, I don't have room to talk to it because it's not 2017.
It
But
wasn't
now
on
it's
my list, I'm so
2017,
sorry.
and let me sing its praises. I love
Oh
that
yes,
game.
go for it.
I love that
Amazing.
game so much. It is the art, the music, like the levels. It's a good Metroidvania game, and
Mhm.
it's awesome. Like the controls are so wicked smooth. It's
Wicked
sick.
sick,
I love
dude.
that game,
Wicked
and they're porting
sick.
it to the Switch. So I kind of took a pause from
Oh,
it
yeah,
just so I
forgot
could
they're
play it on the
porting it to
Switch. So
Nice.
I'm waiting. I'm really waiting.
Cool. Well then, let's wrap up the games by talking about a couple things. Let's talk about individually our over and under for the year. Would you guys say it was a good year for games or a bad year for games? Over under.
Real good.
I'd say it was a pretty good year for games.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd say it was like looking at everything. I gotta say, it's one of the best years for games in a long time.
I
Like
think
the
there were a
Switch
lot of
release really brought
Yeah,
it.
Stop
I mean,
it.
I'm a bit biased because
God. Oh my god, look at it.
like just go back to Rav and I screaming at E3 once they revealed like
oh,
Yeah,
Crash
no, no, no,
yeah,
Bandicoot
no, no, no.
remakes.
seriously.
Let's-
We actually went insane. If you could have like the
Let's go.
screenshot of the
Let's
chat.
let's go back to E3 where Rav got blue balled so hard that he was so angry.
Yeah, we were yelling about the Skylanders
Rav
too.
was
Crash
so
Bandicoot.
angry that Crash Bandicoot showed up, and he's like, "Oh my god, it's Crash 4!" And then the like Crash remake, and Rav lost his mind. He was so angry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was salty for like the
Yeah,
rest of
you were really pissed about
Yeah.
that.
The rest
yeah,
of
like, we
2016.
we weren't moving on from that.
Rest of 2016.
Yeah, I was genuinely upset after that.
That was
yeah.
hilarious. I think personally, this year was like, this year had a lot of filler games, and a lot of games, like I said earlier, that had a lot of hype that disappointed. But I think all the games that came out that really stepped it up outweighed all of the games that like kind of disappointed. So yeah, I'd say this year was a good, I'd say this year was better than last year in terms of games.
Yeah, last year only had a few handful of games where I was like, cool, I like this.
Then let's talk about. I don't have a list for any of this, but let's just talk about very briefly what we're looking forward to next year. Riley and I specifically, I already know our answer. It's coming in like less than a month, so.
Let's go.
But Austin and Rav, what are some things you guys are looking forward to that's coming out next year? I know a lot of the PS4 games that have been announced at E3 are either getting released sometime in next year or within the year.
I mean, I haven't really looked at anything, but like off the top of my head, the new WoW expansion coming out,
Yeah.
I'm very
Oh
excited
my
for that.
god, go away.
What's the new WoW expansion? Because I haven't heard anything about it.
Battle for
Yeah, it was Horde
We'll talk
versus
about this
Alliance.
after the
okay,
show.
never mind. I know what you're talking
Horde
about.
versus-
Yeah, no, I'll dig into
is a
this for
separate, yeah,
I'll dig into
MMO.
this for over an hour.
Yeah.
We'll save it.
Jesus.
You've got
I
stuff
don't
like
even remember.
you've got stuff
I
like
had a huge PogChamp thing.
Shadow
I know there's Shadow Colossus that I'm-
Colossus is coming out. It's being remade.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited
I
for that
believe
one.
God of War is supposed to come out next year. I believe the new Spider-Man is supposed to come out next year. A lot of PS4 games are coming out next year. Dragon Ball Z Fighters is coming out in January, so Riley and I are gonna do nothing but play
How
that.
about that Metal Gear Survive? Though?
Metal Gear? You know, I actually watched the.
I watched
the
that
trailer
too.
they
I was
put
kind
out.
of interested.
It was more interesting than I had initially thought. I'm not gonna buy it, but it's still more
Yeah.
more
I
interesting.
feel like they haven't really announced anything for 2018 yet, like all that big, other
Yeah.
than like Dragon Ball Z or.
A lot of the stuff that's coming out next year, is stuff that we've already known is coming out for a while because they talked about it at E3 last year, like in 2016. So it's yeah.
Like I'm excited for Bayonetta, the Bayonetta series coming to
Yeah.
the Switch. So I'm like, I mean that's already been out though, so it's kind of like,
Let's look at 2018 in gaming. Dragon Ball Fighters. Riley and I are excited for a Switch RPGs coming out called Lost Sphere that comes out in
That's
January.
That's right.
The new Final Fantasy Dissidia game comes out. Fucking Dynasty Warriors 9 comes out.
Oh wait, hold on. Red Dead Redemption 2.
That's
oh my
right. Red Dead
god!
Redemption 2
Oh
comes
my
out.
god!
Oh,
Red Dead
yeah.
Redemption 2. How could we forget that? Looks amazing.
The
We
secret,
haven't even seen any of it.
Yeah, we haven't
even
even seen anything of it.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for it. So
the Secret of Mana remake is coming out, which is super hype. Yakuza.
Robert, are you getting a PS4?
I think I have to kind of get a
Yeah, I mean, like, because I mean,
that's
yeah,
what it was. That's what I saw the trailer for Red Dead Redemption 2, and I was like, okay, I'm getting a PS4.
This is
okay, so okay. Because I was wondering, because you just kind of have Crash Bandicoot, it's just like you're just gonna stare at it longingly.
I mean, I do. Okay.
Soul Calibur 6 is coming out. I know Ethan's beyond excited for Soul Calibur 6, which I doubt will come out next year, but it's on the chopping block. Fucking Detroit Become Human is supposed to come out. Yeah, not a lot has
There
been,
really isn't much.
not a lot has been announced yet, which is fine. That's what E3 is for.
Yeah.
So, All right, moving on. Let's quickly, just because it's kind of getting a little late here. Talk about some movies that came out this year, because we are more than just a video game podcast. I'm quickly talk about movies that came out in January. Big ones that came out. Split, that one where M. Night Shyamalan does it again.
It was good. I really enjoyed that film.
Yeah, I heard it was actually.
I actually heard good
it
things
was
about
good.
that
I heard it was
film.
good, yeah.
I actually thought it was a very good film, and it was very.
Bruce Willis is at the end. That's all I know.
The Willy.
Don't call him that.
I mean, it's James McAvoy. Like,
Yeah.
the guy always puts on a good show.
Moana came out in January as well. For
Moana, great film.
Still
uh,
haven't
Yeah.
seen that.
I haven't watched it but it looks, like a
Music's
good
pretty
Disney
good. I like the
movie.
music in that.
February
It
had
was. Actually, it was a very good film.
February had the greatest movie of all time ever made that got released. Another Matt Damon film, The Great Wall of China,
Oh, Jesus.
got released.
Ah.
What else came out in February? 50 Shades Darker came out.
When did the Emoji Movie come out?
We'll get to it.
I'm glad you brought that up.
50 Shades Darker, Get Out, John Wick 2 came out. February. Lego
That's a series I'm still wanting to watch. John Wick.
Have you not watched
John
the first
Wick,
one?
Yeah.
I have not watched the first
It's
one.
really,
I heard
really
a lot of
good.
good things.
March had Logan come out, which was a phenomenal film.
Still wish I had watched that. Haven't watched.
Boss Baby came out in March, guys.
Wait,
Okay.
are you telling me Boss Baby?
Boss Baby.
Okay, well,
Kong Skull Island, Ghost in the Shell also came out in March. I really
Oh,
like.
that's
Ghost in the
right.
Shell.
I really
Did
like
you
Ghost.
watch it?
I really like Ghost in the Shell. I think it did a really good job of doing a live action version, and I know a lot of critics panned it for reasons that they're stupid.
Doing a live action version?
Because I watched it, I went to the theaters and watched it, and then I came home and watched the original film to see like what the differences were, and they both are good films like on their own. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Anchor, Fast, and the Fate of the Furious came out in April.
Wait, is that a real film?
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
What
wait,
else?
wait, what's the title of the film?
Fast 8, Fate of the Furious.
Oh, Jesus.
That's all you say.
It's
That's-
the last one because
that
he's
is-
finding out their fate. They
No.
can't make a new movie.
There's two more, Austin. This is the last. This is
Fuck.
part one of the final trilogy.
Wait, they named it Fast 8.
No,
Fate
sorry.
of the
They called it the Fate of the Furious because it's the 8th Fast and the Furious movie, so they called it F8. So it spells fate.
Oh my god.
Do you get it?
Don't you love it?
Do you get it? Spoiler
Personally
alert,
offended.
fucking, what's this phase? Vin Diesel's character dies.
Good.
Yeah. My boy.
Can the whole franchise die instead?
Two more movies, and then your wish will be granted. That's your genie wish for the day. 2 more movies, and your wish will be granted.
Jesus.
That was the only big movie that came out in May, to be honest. May had the King Arthur movie come out, Alien Covenant came out, Baywatch came out, Guardians of the Galaxy came out.
Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Hated it. Fucking awful film. Horrible film.
Really? Is it bad?
I couldn't stand it. Compared to the first one, it is utter trash. And I really liked the first one, so like,
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
really
watch
like
that
the
movie
first one
now.
as well.
yeah, it's so boring, and it's a lot of like like you can sit there and be like 3, 2, 1, and then a joke will come. Like you can tell when jokes are coming, and that's never good. That's never
okay.
good.
So it's just like a filler. It's
Yeah,
filler.
it's so bad. It's so boring. Despicable Me 3 came out in June.
Great.
Oh, boy.
Transformers.
Thank you for informing me.
Transformers 5 came out in June. The Mummy, Wonder Woman, Cars 3, Lightning McQueen fucking dies. came out
No
in
way.
June.
Are you
Ka-chow, baby.
kidding me?
Ka-chow.
Baby Driver came out in June.
Baby
Mhm.
Driver, I heard it was amazing. The film.
I have it on DVD. I'll screen share it later and we can watch it.
Please,
Oh.
please,
Movie's great,
Sideshoe.
man.
get in the SideTube bingo.
Captain
Oh my
Underpants
God, we're
also
gonna
came
watch
out.
it.
in
Bingo.
June.
SideTube, sci.tube/bingo. Oh my god. Get
Captain
in there.
Underpants came out in June.
I should
Oh.
have watched that movie.
Oh wait, isn't it the second one of the Captain Underpants, or was it? The
No, it
first
was the
one?
first one.
It's the first.
Oh, Did any of you see it?
No.
I wish I did.
No, I saw it. I
Wait,
saw it
Austin,
on like a
Austin,
rack.
did you
I'm
just
like,
say I wish I
oh.
didn't?
No, I say I wish I did.
I heard it was really bad.
I don't care.
Alright, fair.
With how much of an influence those books had on me.
July
Yeah.
is the month that Austin, Joe, and I went to the movies because Dunkirk and Spider-Man came out.
Good movies.
Good movies.
I like Dunkirk.
Nothing else came out. Good movies.
Valerian and the City of a Thousand Dongs came out.
City of a Thousand Dongs.
Now that's a movie. I'm gonna have to
War
check
of
out.
the Planet of the Apes came out in July as well. The hit film.
How did you get access to my private film?
The hit film Emoji Movie came out in July.
Kill yourself. Just end the cast now.
Atomic Blonde came out in July. August, The Dark Tower came out to everybody's disappointment.
You've been saying that a lot this cast.
Wow, it's because it's true.
Very disappointment.
Wow, I think that's the only thing that came out in August. Wait,
Wait, really?
That's the only good thing that came out.
What
in
a
August.
sad,
And-
what a sad
yeah.
month.
September, Mother. That movie.
Oh,
It
the
was a very good film.
Jennifer
I saw
Lawrence
it,
movie?
Yeah, the
actually.
Jennifer Lawrence
Yeah, I saw
movie.
it. It was a really good film.
Why is it like? Why is the movie like poster look like the end of Evangelion? Why is
I
her
don't know,
head in
it's
the
really
background?
weird,
Kingsman and the Golden Compass or whatever the hell that movie's called came out.
The Golden Compass. That's
uh,
a
Rubbish.
different movie. That's the joke.
The new Kingsman, terrible.
Was it?
It's disgusting. Don't even watch it.
Oh, you didn't like it? What's your thoughts on the first one?
My thoughts on the first one.
Yeah.
It was good. I
Okay,
liked it.
alright.
Even my
Alright.
parents.
And then
Even my
My
parents.
thoughts on the
liked
new
it.
one are.
What happened? What happened with the second one?
I don't know. The director had some kind of bad constipation or something.
And he wasn't there.
He had to take it out. He had to take
He
it
had
out on the.
he had the script in the toilet bowl.
Exactly.
Rav
He
is
dropped the script in the toilet bowl.
Can you imagine Rav is like a movie reviewer? He's the next Roger Ebert.
He's basically like an average YouTube movie reviewer.
Exactly.
My thoughts on the new Kingsman movie.
Rav is the new Roger Ebert, dude.
Make sure to subscribe to my new blog, Ravinda Ebert.
I'm
Tumblr.
sold.
Like, comment, subscribe. American Assassin came out.
Just don't even.
It came
Cool.
out. It came out.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah?
movie
Did you
everybody
watch it?
talks about now.
Yeah.
Did you
Great.
watch it?
DAE Pennywise is gay. Does anybody else
I
want
didn't
to
watch it.
fuck Pennywise the clown?
Wasn't even good. It was like boring. Like,
Oh, you
Yeah.
didn't like it?
From what I heard, it was like okay at best, but
Uh,
people went absolutely bananas.
I know.
for it.
Yeah, people went absolutely bonkers on that movie. I'm like, oh, okay, well.
It's another,
Yeah.
It's another. I don't even like Stephen King, so I'm not gonna watch it. No point. October had the movie I was excited to have, but haven't watched yet. The Foreigner, Jackie Chan, and Pierce Brosnan.
oh my
Jackie
god,
Chan,
Paul
my-
Chab, the Jackie Chan revival itself.
Yeah, he plays Liam Neeson in the in the fucking Taken movies, but he's Jackie Chan.
What could be better?
Jigsaw came out.
Amazing.
Blade Runner came out. My Little Pony, the movie came out. You think I'm
More
making
critical
this up?
acclaim than Emoji
Wow.
movies.
November had Thor Ragnarok, Justice League, Murder on the Orient
Superhero
Express.
movies.
Yeah.
How was Justice League?
I heard it was even more boring than Batman vs Superman.
I heard it was pretty.
you
I
gotta
heard it was pretty
try to
shitty.
fuck up that bad.
Like I heard it was pretty shady.
I genuinely liked Batman vs Superman. And that's coming from someone who doesn't like watch superhero movies.
Really? You actually like that
I
movie?
genuinely I kind of liked it. It had
I'm starting to hate
It had-
just
it had-
superhero movies in general.
it had a really bad pacing, but overall it was kind of boring, but it was interesting enough to capture me for the 2.5 hours the movie went on for. The dumbest part was both of our parents are named Martha or something. That was
My favorite part is how Batman just he has this whole scene to him just training, lifting weights. Like, yeah, that's gonna save you
The
from Superman.
sickest scene in that movie. The
It's called a
sickest.
montage.
The
Just get over
sickest,
it.
the sickest scene in that movie is when Batman is in a warehouse fighting a bunch of guys, and it literally looks like it was taken out of the Arkham games. Like, it was really, really well
Okay, yeah,
choreographed,
okay, that was a sick scene. I can agree with that.
Batman straight up fucking kills people in the movie, though. Like he murders.
He doesn't
people.
do that.
Batman murders people, guys. What happened to his code of conduct? Anyway, December is this month. Jumanji came out.
Oh yeah.
The Hugh Jackman movie, The Greatest Showman, came out, or is coming out. I'm not sure. Star Wars came out,
Yeah.
and that Netflix movie, Bright, with
You guys just want
Will
to drop
Smith.
like a fuck ton of Star Wars spoilers right in the middle of this cast.
I would.
We're hitting the end.
I would, but
I mean, I would. I really would.
I don't
like,
really want to.
There's a lot.
I ain't gonna watch it.
I don't want to get.
There's a
into
lot
that.
of things I can go
Austin,
off on.
if you don't want to watch it, just go into our new spoiler chat and look at what we typed.
No,
in.
I already have.
Oh yeah, easy.
It's
I was gonna make
Okay,
a joke like, do we
that
really need a
movie,
spoiler chat?
no spoilers, but like that movie is
7.
good. It's pretty good, but it's also pretty bad.
Yeah, it's
It
like
is. It is very, very middle of the road. Like
it's like a
okay, this
low
is okay.
7. It's like a high.
Like
6
that movie
to a low
takes you
7.
for a walk, and then you're just like, I've been walking for fucking 100 kilometers now,
And
and,
then
like you
they're
haven't given
then,
me anything.
no, it's like it takes you for a walk, and then it's like, by the way, we're running now, and you're like, oh, okay, and then it just comes to a stop, and you're like, well,
There's just
good
so many
job.
things in that movie where they tried like putting in plot points that just didn't go anywhere. It's
Yeah.
like, whoa, what is going on?
Shape of Water comes out this month as well. That's movies.
Shape of Water. Is that even?
That's the Guillermo del
They have a
Toro.
It's a
Did they have
thoughtful
a script
title.
for that film?
What is the Shape of Water? It's a
Okay.
liquid. Get it? That's it. That's the movie.
That's it.
It's a liquid.
Absolutely.
Makes you
It's
think.
all liquid. End movie credits roll.
It's fun.
Absolutely garbage film.
I don't know. I've gone on record to say I'm not a huge movie person. I will go to a movie if I think it looks like super interesting. And that was Dunkirk, and that was Spider-Man, and that
This
was
has been sitting on my desk right next to me for like
Wait, have you watched
over
that
a
movie,
month
Austin?
now.
Okay,
No,
no,
it's just
Austin,
sitting
you
there.
need to watch it. You need to
my
plug
God,
in.
you
You
haven't
think
seen it?
I don't know I need to watch this,
Austin, you
Ryan?
need to throw that shit in right now. That shit's good.
You think I don't
That
know I
shit's
need
so
to watch
good. Look
this?
at Ralph's face.
wait,
That shit's
wait,
so
Austin,
good.
Austin, hold it up. Okay, fucking, our things are backwards. My guy's like, the main character.
Yo, it's so plot twist,
Oh,
man.
Wow. Holy. Yeah, this movie's
I think that's
amazing.
just how webcams work.
Yeah, just throw that shit in right now.
No, I gotta watch Tank
What?
Girls tonight.
That was my favorite movie of the year. Was Your Name,
I can say that.
and it
I
came
can
out.
100%
It came
say
out
that.
last year. It was my favorite movie.
I
of the
can
year. It came out
100%
this
keep
year.
saying that your name's a
I
real
saw
good.
I
movie.
saw it in the cinema this year.
I cried.
I'm surprised out of all of us, Rob was the first one to see it.
I also have this sitting here.
Oh, dude, nice.
I keep that one next to me in case I ever feel like watching it again.
You know what I saw
Yeah,
this year?
dude.
You know what I saw this year that was actually like super lit was Shin Godzilla, which was Hideaki Anno's Godzilla movie. The Evangelion guy did a Godzilla movie, and it's
Wasn't Bryan Cranston in that movie?
no, that's Godzilla 2014.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That movie's awesome. I love that movie. As mediocre
it's
as
really good. Actually.
as
I
mediocre
liked
as
it.
that film is, I love it. I can't help it. It's my guilty pleasure. But yeah, yeah, that's movies. I don't watch movies.
Yeah,
Really?
I'm slowly learning. Like, I'm not a big fan of movies.
Movies are alright, but
Listen, if I want to spend 2 hours on one thing, I'd rather spend it on a game.
I thought Dunkirk was really good. Austin and I both really liked
Yeah,
it.
we can agree on
We
that.
both really liked that film.
I can also.
Dunkirk only worked because we saw it in a theater with a really good sound system.
Yeah, see,
If you watch that
didn't
like
have a
at
sound
home with
system-
earphones, it wouldn't
Yeah.
work.
I agree
I
100%.
still get stressed thinking about like that scene of them in the boat with the gunshots.
Yeah.
Oh
I've never-
yeah, that was a
never-
real stressful
I've
scene.
never
Also,
physically held my breath in a movie before.
Like, that could be me. Yeah. Cool.
the
Well,
sound did play a big part in that movie.
let's start wrapping this bad boy up then, like a present for Christmas. If you know what I'm saying.
Get it?
Overall, what would you guys say your thoughts on the year would be? Just in general. If you had to,
I'd say it's a pretty positive.
if you
year.
had to
I mean,
put a
like,
number rating on your year,
on a 7.
7?
I'd give it like a low 6, like a 6.3.
I'd give mine like a high 7, almost an 8, to be honest.
I'll say
I mean,
7.
if it's my personal year, I'd give it like an 8.
Yeah,
It's
no, that's
good.
what I'm saying.
But overall, for like the entire world,
No,
I'd
no,
give
no,
it
no,
like.
I mean personally. I mean like.
yeah, I'll just yeah.
Oh, I have nothing to complain about, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of shitty stuff that happened this year
I mean,
overall.
as a world, yeah. this
Let's
year's-
get political.
Let's
Yeah,
not.
let's get political on our
Let's-
gaming talk
Let's
show.
not.
We're not just about games. We're about
Yeah, we're
movies
moving
from
to politics
this
now.
much.
Show about stuff. Yeah,
Rating
person.
the year.
Yeah,
as a
person.
whole.
Individually for yourself, not like an overall like rating of 2018 for the entire world, because who would want to do that?
For me, it was a fucking 10.
Was it nice, dude?
Yeah.
I wish.
I had a very good year, and not even just because not just because I'm saying that, but for me, I had a fucking huge turnaround in myself. And
That's good.
It was very good.
I'm good to hear
experience
that.
This year.
Yeah,
Damn.
everybody having fun.
I don't know, applause for this man
Yeah.
who just
This man comes into our
Having a great ass
podcast
year.
once forever. Tells us he had a 10, dude. Nice. Yeah, no, this year was like an 8. Nothing really shitty
yeah.
about this
A
year.
lot of shit happened, but I mean, like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It's been fine.
I've been doing well in school. I'm liking what I'm doing, and I'm doing well in what I'm doing. So it's not like I have a lot to complain about. And I don't know. I don't do much in way of leaving my house very often, so it's not like I can complain.
Exactly.
so-
The outside world is so great right now. Am I right?
Haha,
Uh-huh.
memes. Yeah. Yeah. No.
Memes.
Like between like Anime North this year and
Yeah,
going,
Anime North was
and going down to
hella
see
sick.
Tyler in May was a lot of fun as well. So
Oh yeah, I forgot you guys actually went to do that.
yeah, we went to go see the concert in Atlanta. So and I think 2018 should be fun for most of us, especially and looking forward to going down again and
I don't usually have high hopes for years, but I have high hopes for 2018.
ooh.
Yeah, so like Tyler is losing his mind in the chat, saying that he went from saying this year was an 8 to making it a 9 to making it a 10.
Damn.
Yeah, I have high hopes for next year, and
Yeah.
it'll be nice going down to see Tyler tie the knot
And the rest of the boys.
and the rest of the boys. It'll be good. Or are you?
I'm so hoping I can make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of dependent on my schedule. Right?
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So yeah. So
I think I'm pretty sure I can.
Oh my god, I can't wait to hang out with Rav in person so he can
Oh,
flame
fucking
my
can't
grammar.
wait.
I
He can
cannot
flame
wait.
my grammar in person.
I cannot
Blame
wait.
me live.
I'm gonna
It's be
immediately
even longer than it is now. Oh my god.
I'm gonna immediately head back and go to train to Rav to in person.
You better. I'm gonna be disappointed if you don't.
Oh my god. The funniest part is Go Train is what like the line is called the Go Train, so like technically speaking.
Oh, so it's actually a
Go train.
Oh, so it's actually the go train.
Turn around and go train.
Turn around, head back, and on the go train.
Yeah, on the Go Train, yeah,
Oh, so it makes
got it,
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Unfortunately.
Tyler says, Rav, you better have braided your beard when you get here. Complete silence. I like it. Good. Oh, he's typing.
Yeah, awesome.
Angela can braid it for it. Cool. Anyway, getting a little sidetracked here. Cool. Then let's wrap up. I think overall this year was good. And I'm looking forward to getting some good shows in the new year. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
sure we will.
You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to
I'm
getting
sure we'll
here.
get a whole.
Yeah.
Sure, we'll get a whole show
to-
in the entire
Cut to
year.
like 3 years later. All right, guys. I know it's been a
Time
while.
for our 2 years in review show.
Hey, I'm hoping Gordon has time to pop in here so we can have a Persona show. Cause I really want to talk about like.
I really want to talk
I
about.
want to talk about the
Persona.
game in depth
Like,
with you guys.
It's been how many months now? And I'm still.
I
loving
don't even
talking
care if
about it.
Gordon's here. We're gonna do it, dude. Like,
I
one
love
way or
that
another,
game.
so.
Wait, we're gonna do it with or without him?
Yeah. So yeah, like look forward to more podcasts from us. I've been personally pretty busy, especially on weekends, because during the week I go to school and then on the weekends I work. So I haven't really
What
had.
he's trying to say is look forward to more shows. Just don't bank on it.
Yeah, exactly.
No promises.
I will try
no
to make
pinky
time. I will try to
promises.
make time for us to get these shows in, and like because we used to do them Monday nights, but now I have late class on Monday night. I don't get home till around 8:39ish. So I'm done for the day when I get home. So we'll have to do it on one of my days off. I hope. So, chat. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the boys showing up when two of the others who were supposed to show up didn't. Thank you for Austin for showing up at short notice when I pinged him in chat and said, "Hey, do you wanna take part?" In the podcast?
I was honestly gonna join my first raid, but I was like, you know what? This is more important.
Yeah, and
Oh.
thanks to Rav for showing up in the chat and me telling him you're not invited, and then immediately being like, "All right, you're invited."
Well, you wouldn't have it any other way.
I wouldn't have it anyway, you're right. We'll be sure to have more of these guys on the shows in the new year, especially because I know Ethan is generally busy and Gordon will probably not be around as often, so we'll have rotating people come in hopefully. So until then, have a safe and wonderful holidays. We'll see you on the other side in 20. Don't sig hail
2018,
in my podcast. Hitler's dead.
No, it's sign language.
Oh.
You don't know.
Hitler's dead, love.
Show me your moves, dude. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys on the other side of 2018. Have a good Christmas, happy holidays. See ya.
Bye.